veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, 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 la 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 la. La 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, 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 la 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 la. La 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 la. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, 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 la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, oh. Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. And once again, welcome to Live Chelsea News and Chelsea Perspective. I do hope you're all doing well. Today, we do have quite a lot to talk about. We will talk about, just give me 1 second here. We will talk about the manager's comments from the manager's presser today. We'll talk about Jadon Sancho, possible move to Chelsea Football Club. We'll talk about Sterling his openness to talk, to participate in transfer talks with regards to Chelsea's future. We'll talk about Chelsea's interest. This is the first time I'm actually hearing the name of this player, Thomas Arajo. And then we'll talk about him and the possibility of Chelsea signing him. We'll talk about 18-year-old Chelsea's Harrison McMahon being training with the first team, him, Tariq Judge, and Josh Achibong. And then we'll talk about Enzo Maresca, what he has to say about Raheem Sterling. We have quite a lot. And then, of course, we'll start with Victor Osimhen. But before we do that, as usual, we keep it interactive here. I will say hello to those of you in the chat to see how you're all doing. I appreciate you all finding the time to join me this particular afternoon. It's 12:15 p.m. For me. Thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough for the love. We're getting closer and closer to 23,000 subscribers. Right now, we're at 22,616 subscribers. But that's, by the way, let me say hello to all of you. Danny Music is saying Osimhen to Chelsea isn't off. That's why you see a question mark there. We will have a conversation. You, Voice our respective opinions with regards to what we think about the possibility of Osimhen coming to Chelsea Football Club. We also do have in Amaya Famo saying Osimhen not coming to Chelsea. It's over. Okay, we'll get to that. And my bro, Zion is in the house. Nice to see you, brother. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join us this afternoon. I know you should be resting, and it's a very complicated transfer window. Indeed, it is. Lots of clubs have players they want to sell. Lots of clubs have players they want to buy. So yeah, it's everywhere. But nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Go, Vic. It's too early to fight me. Yes, Ty, concentrate. I do understand. You don't. That should be your priority, actually. So we don't want to see you here when you don't have to be here. We totally understand. And you also have your own channel to run. Vic, yep, keep going. Good advice there. Keep going, Ty. Do not look back. And Nee is saying, I am a dancer now. Okay, I want to stop. I will stop until I make a change. Yeah. Thank you so much, brother. I'm glad you like it. Nefex, he's a good rapper. Big up, need people go and subscribe to my bro's YouTube channel. Let's help him get to 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible. His streams are everywhere. Quality stream, quality panelists every day, and there, your opinion matters. Just like Chelsea perspective, it's not about you donating money. If you have a good opinion aligned with the current comments, it will be read and addressed. And I have my bro Srinat Govindarajan. Nice to see you, my brother. You are on fire high on OCN, streaming on Blue Flag Rose. Thank you so much. I appreciate you finding the time to be with us this afternoon. Nemaya Fawale, I said hello to you and Tobago. Nice to see you, Tobago. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to be with us. Let's see more likes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 27 likes. We have a total of 137 people watching, only 28 of those on YouTube, the rest on X. Please do take a second to drop a like on the video for us. We sincerely do appreciate that. IB, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. All of you in the chat, thank you. And people, go check out Tebeho's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Let's help him get monetized as soon as possible. The link is there and it's highlighted on your screen. Starling to United, whether it happens, I don't know. Chilwell to United is a possibility. Maybe just rumors at this point. We're not too sure what's going to happen. And Wycliffe Baruch, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. There's still a chance to sign us in deadline day. Yeah, it's not over yet. I think he's torn between following the money and remaining in Europe. But if he decides he wants to go to Saudi Arabia, if he decides to follow the money, we just cannot compete. It's really as simple as that. But that's just my opinion anyway. Let's get the likes up, people. And quickly, to those of you who are following the show and for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat, just know that we appreciate you. And that's because you watching alone does go a long way. But we want to ask you for one favor, one tiny bitty favor, which is to take a second and drop a like on the stream for us. The like do go a long way. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's see what else we have here. Why are we pushing for Osimhen when all big striker signings have come to the club and flopped? Lukaku, Morata, Fernando Torres, Mutu, Timo Werner. We know 2 years we will want out. It's a possibility, especially if the manager approaches the game differently and we're not too sure whether the player's profile suits the way the manager wants to play. But chances are the manager, he's open to tweaking the application of his preferred approach to football to get them to help the player to hit the ground running. But I'd be nice to see you. More importantly, Chilwell to United is dead. They do not want him. I've seen something to that effect too. But thank you for that update. Without wasting much of your time, I will go to the presentation window so we can start addressing the items we have lined up. We are just 20 minutes into the show and already we have 29 likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's get the likes up to 100 likes as soon as possible. We're finished, I think, was it 1:10 or 13 last live show? Let's see. And my bro is saying greetings for everyone out there in this wonderful community. Long live to you too, my bro. It's all love. Yep, it's all love, brother. Go check out my bro's YouTube channel. You can always you can always trigger my bros, the comment to my bros YouTube channel, which is exclamation mark BCM, so people can go check it out. Give me 1 second here. Let's see what else we have. And then Nemaya also, yep, we get to that in a bit. IB also. Okay, that's by the way. I'm going to do this so we can start addressing the items we have lined up without wasting much of your time. And of course, currently, the other elephant in the room is gone. Now, Osimhen is currently the elephant in the room. I know probably will be short-lived. That's because his future will be decided sooner than later. You know, there's a possibility it gets decided today or maybe tomorrow. But that's by the way. Let's start addressing the news item here. The first one from the transfer guru himself, Fabrizio Romano. It reads: "Understand Al Ali proposal to Victor Osimhen includes a release clause. A crucial point requested by the Nigerian striker. He doesn't want to get stuck in Saudi Arabia. If he goes to Saudi and it doesn't work out, he wants an exit strategy, which you could simplify as a release clause. So if he has one and he wants to leave, if any club is interested in signing him, to just trigger that, and that's it. Al Ali will let him go." The second paragraph reads: "Talks with will continue." Talks will continue in person with Al Ali management in Italy for direct talks, while Chelsea keep negotiating on contract terms with Victor. So Chelsea understand fully well that the biggest hurdle to them getting those Osimhen to put pen to paper and become a Chelsea player, the biggest hurdle is his salary. And if you remember when we first talked about Al Ali's interested in Victor Osimhen, when people were mentioning 500k, £1,000 a week, I did say something to the effect of that's reflective of the fact somehow maybe a club from Saudi Arabia has offered him something close to that or more than that, which has led to people talking about the rumor. You could say pushing the rumors that he's asking for 500k a week, which I know at the time he didn't. But now we're hearing that the Saudis are offering him something around that number or even more. I think they're saying 30 million euros per year, which I know if he in fact wants to go to Saudi, if he decides he wants to follow the money, we simply cannot compete. But if he wants to stay in Europe, we have a chance. But right now, you can't say exactly what he wants. For me, if anything, he's behaving as someone who's turned between following the money and remaining in Europe, as we've heard he wants to do. But I'm not too sure. I think he will eventually follow the money, but that's just my opinion anyway. I'm not saying for certain that will be the case. Coach, we need to sell our players now. If not, I wonder how the players are. Okay, unwanted Chile and others could what? I'm not sure I understand that. I'm sorry about that. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go a long way. We have Bobby in the house. Bobby, let's hear your thoughts on where we are with the Osimhen situation. Some rumors are suggesting that he's already agreed personal terms with Chelsea, that we're just waiting to iron out the payment structure with Napoli, which for me it's absolute house dung. There are lots of conflicting reports out there. I'm not too sure what's going to happen, but if you ask me, I'd say 70 to 30, leaning towards him going to Saudi Arabia. But that's just my opinion. And Tamida Oluma, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, brother. Egbon, I hail you too. Bobby, let's hear your thoughts on where we're at with Osimhen's pursuit.
Yeah, wow, what a story, huh?
Hmm.
Um, Now, it seems to me that, as you've said, he's very conflicted between chasing his career dream or following the money. And these Al Hilal people, they know where he's from. They know the sort of poverty he came from. They probably did some homework knowing his family, because I understand they're approaching the family as well. And that's where the heart is, isn't it? That's where you're going to try and hurt the guy. He could make generational wealth there for his family, but that will destroy his dream, because no matter the release clause they put on him, I can assure you if he goes to Saudi, there's not really any way back. Not back to the top and not back
Not
with the
back to Chelsea,
trajectory.
at least.
No, no, there's nowhere back to Europe. He
Hmm.
won't come back to the trajectory he's on now. You know, you football is a very short career, and people's memories are easily cut short in football. If he's out of sight, he will be out of mind. And it's not as if he plays football for a country that people get to see. You know, I don't think they're in the World Cup coming. I think they're having trouble with that, and people aren't going to see him. So his dream will end. But he'll be a very rich man, but his dream will end. That's just my personal prediction.
What would you do if you were
That's
Osimhen? What would you do?
Now that's the interesting thing. It all depends on what Chelsea have told him. I don't know right now. I had a gut feeling that, the fact that he's even dragging his heels tells me he does want to come to Chelsea. But of course, he has to secure his future and he has to secure his financial capability vis a vis where he's from and, the things he's come through. Now, all I can say at this point, forget all the tweets and retweets, he's coming, he's not coming. People are just regurgitating a lot of old stories and trying to keep it all relevant and get clicks and likes and whatever. All I can say is this: if he follows the money, it means he's decided to sacrifice his career. He may get, but with a buyout clause, depending on how much that clause is, he may get a way back to Europe in future. But that's back to front. I can assure you, out of sight is out of mind. A new striker is born every day, and that trajectory he's on will be lost, and he will end up in some kind of mediocre team. And it just football in Europe, the Premier League, La Liga, everywhere, there's a lot of PR involved and a lot of favor courting with agents, with the TV people, and he's on a high. But I can assure you, if he goes, it's like you've taken the devil's carrot and you pay the price. I'm just
I'm
talking
gonna
out of
say,
my heart.
yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I've not finished yet. I'm just saying this. That is on that scenario.
Hmm.
On the other scenario, knowing that he's cut short generational wealth, not just for him, but his entire family, if he chooses Chelsea, he will be massively motivated to more than make it. He'll be playing football like a demented meat demon, because he's turned away from money, turned away from making life uh, exponentially easier for his entire family, and he's decided to do it his way. So, boy, what a player will Chelsea have on their hands, and
Yeah,
he will make it. So it's a crossroads for him. I feel sorry for the lad, because ultimately he is quite a young man, and he has done it extremely well. But the choice has to be his now.
yeah. It is. It's up to him. Again, if he decides to stay in Europe, we have a chance. And I'm gonna say this quickly: if I were Osimhen, to heck with the dream. Really, in all honesty, it's football. And the truth remains, it's you can say what you win as a footballer, the trophies you win as a footballer define your career in some way, in some ways maybe, but here's the thing: if I were Osimhen, to heck with the dream, that's in all honesty, that's just it. And yeah, I get it. His background has a lot to do with it, but right now he's already rich. He's already, if you're counting his money in naira, he's a billionaire already. But here's the thing. I mean, the fact that he's conflicted, we can convince him, but I don't think it would take 250, 300 to convince him. I think it would take a lot more to convince him. Um, I don't, maybe the issue may well be because we, these days, we offer heavily incentivized salaries to players, and not something you can say for certain, every week you get
No,
a certain amount paid into
let
your
me
account. You
let
you
me
earn what you work for. Go ahead with what you're saying, Bobby.
just to make it clear, and I'm sure Victor and his team are under no illusions. If he takes the Chelsea route, it's not you're not looking to start negotiating any extra zeros. He's decided to forget money, big money. He'll be paid well, very well, but he's decided to forget big money, create his career, and create his own money. That's the path that Chelsea will take him. Now, I understand, you may say, he would say, well, to hell with football. It's very easy for people to say, but that's that boy's dream. You can imagine how hard he has worked to get to where he is now. I don't believe he'll let it go lightly, and if he does, it'll be with a very, very heavy heart.
Can
He,
can we correct something if you allow me, Bobby? How
yeah,
hard his work to be get to where he is right now? You could
yeah.
say, yeah, driven by earning a living. Sometimes I think we tend to forget that football is actually a vocation.
No, I don't
If you
know. I'm just playing
Yeah, but I
devil's
get where you're
advocate.
coming from. Just let's be more specific if you get my point. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at it from a broad church. I'm looking at either or. I don't
Mm.
know his mind. I don't know what he's going to choose. I don't really even know his background. I just read about it. And to my understanding, if he was going around selling bottles of water, which is what I've read, he couldn't have come from anything anywhere near.
Mm. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Bobby. We'll come
Can you
back
hear me?
again. Yeah, I can hear
Can
you
you?
crystal clear.
Okay, somebody was calling me, so it just cut off. So it's a big decision for him. That's why he's had to step back and take his time. Chelsea have probably offered him what they can offer him. They're not going to keep compete with these guys because we operate under two entirely different football rules. And so he knows what he will get at Chelsea, and he knows what he'll get at Saudi, and he knows what both of them would mean to his career. It's as simple as that. That's just the reality. I don't know what he'll decide. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that culture. You know that culture. So, people tend to think, because I remember like the Oscar situation. Remember him and China? He chose to go to China because he made, exponential wealth for his family. But the difference between him and Osimhen is Oscar, I think he was about 2 or 3 years older at the time. He was 27, 28. I think he was at the peak of his career, really. And he had already played at the highest level in Europe. I think he had already won some things with Chelsea. I don't know. It was a very similar situation. And he did throw away his career for China. So I have no idea. I really don't. It all depends on how much the money would mean, not just to him, but to his family. And from the experience we have with Oscar, it meant an awful lot to his family, such that, and I don't just mean his nuclear family, I'm talking about, his whole village, such that he decided to bin his career, international and club footballing career, for the bag. Whatever decision he makes, uh, we have to respect it. But all I can say is this, and I won't say it lightly. If by any chance he chooses Chelsea, we have taken on a player on a mission. And that is one heck of a player to have on our hands because he's not coming here to play around. He's coming here to really, really, really make it because that's the only way to compensate for that decision. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what happens there. What's his dream? We're just having a conversation, and Bobby was making a point. And RD CFC in says Coach Mark Goldbridge knows something we don't, and it's not good news. When you're saying that, I'm not sure what you think he knows, and I don't want to speculate. Here's the thing: Osimhen goes to Saudi Arabia. Good luck to him. He's again, whatever he decides. Be rest assured it is his belief that yeah, that's what's best for him. And whatever he decides, I'm all for it. And I'm gonna say something, Tiger. I'm one of those that actually thinks we don't necessarily need a striker. A striker shouldn't be a priority signing for us, especially if you're talking about a striker that's more of a traditional number 9. If you get my point, that's just my opinion. Let's see what else we have. And I've seen people saying on X something, follow your dream, and I asked them, is he gonna eat his dream? Generational wealth, that's like he'd be earning like 3 times the amount of money we'd be paying him. That's a lot. In my opinion, I'd take it if I was him. In my opinion, except if already I'm from a family that's very, 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 very rich. You could say, I'm not sure how else to phrase it. Someone just decided, no, he didn't do that, but I'm sure you got his point. Let's go. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. I appreciate you all in the graphic user interface. You Brianna Yahayo, Identity Crisis. I appreciate you for finding the time to join the show this particular afternoon. Let's see what else we have here. Austin being quiet. We don't know what's gonna happen because he wants to be sure of what he tells people. And we have, if I were Austin, I would go to Chelsea first, then Saudi, never too late for these days, no, they're changing their strategy. Initially, they signed aging big names, just to announce their plan. Now they're going for younger players. They signed Man City's Cancelo, didn't they? And chances are Chelsea's Harvey Vale will go there. Have you not heard that? They're signing younger players, not just older players. I think uh, come 24 to 25, 26 season, they won't be signing aging players that much. Yeah, they're changing their strategy gradually. They've signed good footballers. I think the league is better than it was a few years ago. And so if you interview some players in Europe, they will tell you, yeah, there's nothing wrong in playing there. Yeah. Uh, no. This may well be the last opportunity he has to go to Saudi Arabia. And if he believes that's the case, he will follow the money. And I will not fault him for that. If he chooses Chelsea, he will walk away from money, but will be baptized into our spectacular madness. And there's no guarantee it works. Even though, as Bobby has explained, he comes in as a hungry player who's chosen to stay in Europe because he has unfinished business in Europe, maybe to get a chance to win the Premier League or win the UEFA Champions League. Yeah, that's on his path. Will that happen? There's no guarantee. It's just from his perspective, he has unfinished business in Europe. From Chelsea's again, when he joins us, nobody is quite sure how that's going to end. I remember on this channel, you guys are telling me possession based football model that off the ball work doesn't matter as much. I don't know who told you that. I wasn't the one that told you that. Look how open we are in the midfield. Gallagher would have definitely been used to. Just don't do that, please. Just don't do that. Collectively, as a unit, we press as a unit than we did under what's his name, Mauricio Pochettino. Yeah, you don't want that to be the responsibility of a single individual. If that person gets injured, then your team is ruined. But once you press as a unit, do you know how many times we won the ball at on Wolverhampton Wanderers on have. Yeah, go check that. So I think Gallagher is better off joining a team where, yeah, you can say the manager's approach is just strategically, the basics of a manager's approach is just Gallagher defines that. But at Chelsea now, we press more as a unit, and the midfield issues will be sorted out. So that's not a concern to me. Osimhen owes CFC nothing, to be honest. Unlike uh, Shikaraku, he owes us an apology. Yeah, Lukaku probably doesn't like the club and would like to see the club fail. In my opinion, we are not competing with the Saudis, and Osimhen never asked Chelsea to. Yep. We want him to reduce his 245k wages, and that makes absolutely no sense. I would say that, even though I'm not a Osimhen, I would say it just doesn't make sense, especially if the Saudis are offering him something in the region of 500,000 euros per week. Yeah. So let's see. Chelsea will not pay him. Chelsea will not pay him more. Okay. If he chooses to come to Chelsea, seems he's quite clear on what he wants, and that's a lot of money. Whether Chelsea will fold is yet to be seen. We're not folding. If you're talking about the rumored offer on the table for him by the Saudis, we're not going to come close to anything like that. The whole thing depends on where Osimhen wants to go, and as it stands right now, you could argue that he's conflicted, not too sure what to do. Whether to take it, you can say what possibly could be once in a lifetime opportunity, because Saudis, I don't believe, again, they're not into. They're signing younger and younger players, and even some of the best young talents in Europe are willing to go there. Yeah. Forget all the football glory talk. Dude can secure generational wealth, and we don't need them. Get Tone instead. Tone would do well for us. But here's the thing: I'd argue that Tone himself would want to move to Saudi. Who who doesn't want a good thing? Because Chelsea will not pay him anything close to what the Saudis will pay him. Some are actually, there are rumors out there that they're offering him something close to 500 also. So it's not that straightforward. It's a complicated situation, and we can only work with what we're hearing. We're not too sure what's going on behind the scenes. Have to agree with IB there. Get Tone answered. Yeah, getting Tone isn't that simple. We're seeing Chelsea's pursuit of Tone from our perspective. Whether Tone would be willing to come to us is another question. If the Saudis are interested in signing him, I'd say probably chances are he would want to go to Saudi and make a lot of money. Tone isn't 22 anymore, so we just
It's
have
the
to wait
same
to see what
Saudi club,
happens.
isn't it? It's the
Sorry,
same. It's the same Saudi club.
I don't know whether it's the same. If it's the same,
I think it
then
is.
it would be, if they sign Osimhen, then they're not gonna need Tone. Maybe that's
Exactly.
just my
That's the
opinion.
thing.
Yeah.
And well, the only thing I'm concerned with the Ivan Tony deal is I don't want us, the Osimhen needs to make up. Well, he's only got what, just over 48 hours for our transfer window anyway. But I'd rather sooner rather than later, because I don't want Ivan Tony to start to feel too much of a second choice.
Mhm.
It's quite clear as a second choice at the moment, but if you relegate him that badly, I don't know what that will do for his morale. So we need to really keep a lid on that one a bit. And look, the decision is clear for Osimhen. I don't think anybody's under any illusions. The decision is 100% clear. There's the bag and there's the glory. Take your pick. It's just that simple.
But you
Whatever
haven't
he
actually
does,
thought, what would you do if you were Osimhen? We're just having a good conversation here.
okay. Now, I
He
cannot.
comes first.
Yeah, because it's a massive decision. I feel for the kid. Now, from what I've read, I don't know. You know the player better than I do.
Big up JC,
You,
by the way.
you,
Go ahead.
you know where he's from. I can only take certain references. And I know that, people like Oscar, having been raised in the favelas of Brazil, I assume there'll be the same thing in Nigeria that Osimhen comes from. Look, nobody wants to be poor. Nobody. You don't want to be poor. You want to be able to provide a standard of living for yourself and your loved ones that they will not go without. Do you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Now, that's the temptation. However, having said all that, he's not poor. He's not a poor man as it is. He's not
He's
earning
rich already. Yep.
peanuts. He's not earning peanuts, and his family around him are not. They're not. I can imagine they're not suffering anymore. However, there's a sort of wealth that you have that it not only transcends your family and your extended family, you're able to do things, like Didier Drogba built hospitals, so I understand. Um, uh, Mikel was sponsoring the hotels for his teammates when they went on an international duty.
And they
So I
had issues
understand.
with the country's FA at the time.
Exactly. I mean, these guys do things. They build hospitals, they build roads, they build stadiums, they do things. Look what Sadio Mane is doing in, is it Senegal? You know, they are, and George Weah, he was doing so much so that he's now become the president of Liberia. So their their life exposure, experience, demands, and motivations are far different to ours. And God bless them. These guys have found a way out of poverty, as it were. And their focus is not just on themselves. And bearing that in mind, that's where if he says, okay, I'm going to Saudi, I can understand it. But if he's getting money, he's sacrificing. Because I know all this hesitation is because of his heart, and his dream. Chelsea is his dream. I have no doubt. I think Chelsea is his dream. And letting that go is going to be very painful for him. No matter how much money you're giving him, he's going to hurt. He will take the money, he'll play his football, but he will do it with a hurt. You don't let go of your dream. Your dream is more or less who you are. You understand? And he will have to dream new dreams. And that's not that easy. He's 25 years old and he's achieved something that most kids from where he's come from, I guess, can only dream about. So it is a massive decision. All I can tell him, if I was advising him, is whatever decision he takes is the right one.
I think that's a good thing to say. Whatever he decides is good for him, it's best for him. It's the right one. It's simple as that. Whether he regrets it in the future or not, we're not gonna know. But I think if he chooses to follow the money, he's not gonna regret anything. He can come back and buy a club in the Premier League. That's a
The
lot of
money,
money.
I'll tell you something, coach.
Yeah.
Money doesn't buy happiness. There are a lot of very miserable billionaires out there.
But
However,
at least money makes you happy.
well, it depends how you want to spend it.
I don't know. Here's Tim Bobby. Let's be honest. Let's. I think you ended it perfectly. Whatever he decides to do is good for him. It's as simple as that. And the truth remains, just as we've all said. The whole situation comes across as if he's conflicted, not too sure what to do. And I'm going to say something I've already said. I don't think we'd be able to convince him to join us if we have to make some exception. And
Coach,
we're
I think
hearing
the
yes.
exceptions are there, but there's absolutely no way Chelsea or indeed any team in Europe at this point in time is going to be paying anybody 500k a week, as
No,
well as pay.
I'm quite sure he himself probably would know that he's not going to get anything close to 500 from Chelsea.
No.
No, if it's whatever he accepts from us, again, if he decides he's not going to Saudi, he knows he's not going to get anything close to that in
No.
Europe. But go ahead with what you were saying.
So that's it. You've just said it. He knows what the choice is. Either you turn your back on the money. I mean, it's not like he's going to be poor. He's not going to be poor by any stretch of the imagination. Crikey. If he picks up 250K a week, I tell you what, I would say only about 10% of the population of this country see that sort of money in a year, if that. So he's not going to be poor. But the thing is, when you offer somebody generational wealth, he plays a year or 2 years on exponential financing. It's a very difficult thing to turn away if you came from nothing. Even if you come from something, it's hard
Yeah,
to turn away.
yeah. The more money you get, the more money you want to make.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we all understand. It's just that in most cases, our need, you can say, our love for our club, for our beloved club, Chelsea Football, clouds our judgment. Not maybe that's the case, or maybe influences our judgment to an extent we don't really want to see things from the player's own perspective. We just want him to come join our club. Let's what else we have here. I take chance Sancho for Sterling. Business wise, it makes sense, but a lot of people aren't paying attention. If they can take Raheem Sterling and give us Sancho, and Sancho accept a pay cut, it's good business for us. Whether he does well or not, I think it's good business. He has sell-on value. We can send him out on loan or whatever we decide to do with him. But we get to that in a bit. A big up to you too. The Prince is here. To be honest, I don't think Osimhen would come to Chelsea with this huge offer. Osimhen is a Niger boy and a Lagosian who suffered a lot before he got where he is today. That's another way of saying what Bobby already said. Lukaku, at the age of 30, took salary cut to go to Napoli to win and ignore Saudi, while Osimhen, at the age of 25, for choosing Europe or get Saudi money. Tell me about Osimhen's mentality. I don't know what his mentality is. Yeah. Bobby, so just he's saying hello to you, and EPS stuff is saying Saudi
Big up,
deal
Jason.
is for both Tone and Osimhen, done by a central teams. It's not for a specific club. Wow, that's the first I'm hearing that.
What's that?
What is dilemma? No club can match the salary. That's that simple. Yep. Let's see. Keep the blue flag flying high. Why do we chase players for months, even sometimes years? Surely we have been speaking with this camera for a long time. Now, all of a sudden, he's not taking a pay cut. That has always been the case. Clubs don't wait until the transfer window is open before going after a player. You start some. That's not the
Negotiating.
yeah. You don't. That's not how it works. So it's done the way it's done. Akoya saying Osimhen is a Niger boy, so he has too many. He has okay. Uh, he has to go for money, so to speak. I'm a Niger boy, also from same local government. What state is he from? I know he grew up in Lagos, but probably that name sounds Benin-like. I think Osimhen really wants a Chelsea, and he will end up here. Wycliffe Barosh, that's just your opinion. Ooh, it's in the house. Nice to see you. Let me have the money first and see if it will make me happy. Yeah. You get it. We're seeing things from the player's own perspective right now, and that will make sense of the whole situation better than to just say, yeah, he's just following the money. He likes money, doesn't want to come to Chelsea and all that. No, it's not that simple. Money brings stability. It can be decade long or generations long. It depends. Yeah, that makes clear sense. Nice to see you. And my bro, once again, Nee is saying, come on, guys, we go 54. We got 54 people watching with only 44 likes. Let's get the likes up, people. We have 48 likes. We can do a lot better than that. Let's try and get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it sure keeps a ton of broke people away. Yeah, and actually, it does. it actually makes you happy. You can sometimes use the money you have to do something that will make you happy, even if it is temporarily, if that makes sense. There are no wrong answers. There are just different answers. Let me make his choice. Who are we to judge? It's as simple as that. Whatever he decides to do, he's be rest assured, he's decided to choose that path, but with the belief that that's what's best for him. How much money is being paid, coach? He cannot buy a Premier League club. It depends on the Premier League club in question. Yeah, that's how much. Listen, that's how much you'd have. Then you'd have the credit to borrow enough, and how much money you want to do whatever you want to do. If you have at least 200 million euros, or let's say even 150 million euros, and say you want to buy something, you can get money enough, credit, again, you can get enough money to buy. So it depends on what you want to buy. Let's see. Osimhen may still come, but we should move for Tone. Okay. Giving him a deadline to decide. We have to act like a big club. We have outgoings to sort out. I think we're working on those things. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, and then I'll try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Good evening to you too, Bobby, and the chat coach. So Osimhen may not be coming. Are you waiting to say I told you? No, 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 I'm not waiting. I didn't want him for reasons I've explained, but the manager of late, during his presses, he did sound as if, yeah, he's open to, he will accommodate whatever player the club signs. And sounded as if, yeah, he's all for the club signing Osimhen. I think the person that asked him the question on the day was specific, mentioned Osimhen's name. Here's the thing: if he's capable of tweaking his the application of his preferred approach to football to accommodate whoever we sign, I'm all for it. And I've told you guys, for Osimhen, I'd rather we sign Osimhen than Jean Duran or Samu Omorodion. I was on the fence, and now I'm inside the compound, but it looks like I arrived late, if that makes sense. So we will move to the next item we have lined up. Except, Bobby, do you have anything else to add to this particular topic?
Um, no, as you know, as I said, whatever decision he makes at this point is the right one. And I don't say that lightly. I don't envy his decision. Quite clearly, he's agonizing over it. That's why it's taken him all this time. Um, whatever happens, we shouldn't be surprised. But all I know, as I've said, if he comes to Chelsea, we've got a player with a mission on our hands, which is all the best for us. If he doesn't, well, good luck. Enjoy your money. Because I would be surprised if you could ever um, come back again because he's signing with a contract. If he wants that money, he's going to have to live in that contract. It's very difficult to find your way back to Europe from that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bobby. We move on. What else do we have here? I think probably about not Osimhen really. Just a comment from Enzo Maresca, which reads: Enzo Maresca on Sterling, Chalobah, and the others, and the others, all the players who in this moment are training apart of are training apart will not get any minutes in case they stay. And this is as clear as it can get, as bold as the right hand on the wall can be. My advice to Sterling, he knows exactly what to do. It's not just a Raheem, all of them. And I think I did see something this morning suggesting the chances are that Trevoh Chalobah will stay because the hierarchy, the owners are impressed. The way he's dealt with the situation, not, you could say, making a fuss or maybe releasing a statement just like somebody did. So this to me says that, yeah, that particular report is absolute horse dung in my opinion. So Chalobah will most definitely leave. If he stays, he's not going to get the chance to play, not like last season. I am still confident Osimhen will sign for Chelsea. It's still a possibility, but you could say 50-50 right now. And here DJ is saying it will go to the last day of the transfer window. I don't think we'd be willing to risk it. I think if it's not coming with sense it and probably go for someone else. But Bobby, let's hear you. This particular report, yeah, the handwriting has become, if it wasn't, now it has become as bold as can be on the wall that if you're not needed, you're not needed. No exception at all. If you're out, you're out. But let's hear you, Bobby.
Well, that's what I like about Maresca. He doesn't flip flop like a politician. He he's very honest and he's brutally clear and to the point. So we now know without any doubts that all those players that are named surplus to requirements and are not training with the first team, there's no way back. So he's put it out there. So those people trying to stir up rumors and things, um, they're just wasting their time. For me, it's disappointing. I held on to the hope that Chalobah could find his way back because I retain that he is our best centre back. But Maresca doesn't think so. And isn't this what fans have been asking for all this time? A coach who takes control, makes the decisions. The people were going on about yes man, no man, three bags, full man. Well, we've got a man that is making the decisions, and some people are still complaining. No, I respect what he said, and we move on. As I've said, I was very fond of Gallagher's. Prior to him, I was very fond of Loftus Cheek. Um, I'm very fond of Chalobah, both as players and as Chelsea Academy graduates. But I let go because the club let go. Because the one thing I'm not willing to let go is the club. So it is what it is.
Yeah, and I think one thing I like about Maresca, he doesn't beat about the bush. He
No,
doesn't. Tells you as it is, and I think he's the sort of person that if it doesn't have a hand in the with regards to the decision on what player stays and what player leaves, I think you'd know. He'd tell you it's not up to him; it's up to the club. For instance, in the case of Gallagher, he mentioned clearly there's nothing new there. It is the same for every club. Sometimes you need to mix those to balance the books, and which means selling some academy products. And he's come to terms with that. He understands that's how it works, but unfortunately, some people have refused to also learn how things have changed, how the landscape of football has changed a lot. You don't spend money because you have it. Yeah, it's it's become complicated. There's FFP, there's PSR, and a lot more. It's not really that straightforward. And the salary cap will be introduced soon. What season? I can't quite remember. Chalaba better than
next
all our
summer.
defenders in the summer. Okay, okay. Next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So things have changed a lot, but unfortunately people don't pay attention to that. And I think what we are actually ahead of time. And we did find a way to loopholes, if you want. If that's what they called it at the time, to spend a lot more than you could say than a lot of people believe we should be spending at the time, but we did find a way to do that without getting into trouble. But yeah, but people will still complain without taking their time to go learn and understand how things have changed. That we're actually being proactive here. Okay, that's a response to DJ there, and people are having a good conversation. So we move on from that one from Maresca. The next report talks about Enzo Maresca has called up Chelsea's under 18-year-old midfielder Harrison Mac McMahon. I hope I pronounced his last name correctly. From the academy for Conference League game versus Servette. Josh Archibong and Tariq Judge also among squad. Both were on a USA preseason tour. I think we get to see Tariq Judge and Archibong tomorrow. But this kid, I don't know him. Bobby, you usually watch the academy team play. Do you know him? I don't know him. And if you're in the chat, if you know him, please can you tell us about him?
I heard him. Well, I heard of him for the first time today on Tobago's show. Um,
Mm.
I watch the academy occasionally. There's a whole new crop in there now. I haven't seen them for a while, I must confess. I don't know. I thought he was going to come in because he had some physicality about him, which we're sorely missing in midfield. But I heard on that platform to the opposite, that he's a
Yeah.
small player like Dewsbury Hall. So I don't know. I have no idea who he is, what he can give the first team. Nothing.
Yeah, Dante and Tebejo, they both they know these academy players a lot. I don't know them. I think I should start I should start watching their games. And bro, these in the house. What is the point in that? What is the point in? Okay, in that it is obvious that they don't believe in the academy. That is just your opinion. Really, that is definitely your opinion. And let's move on to the next item we have lined up. About Brody, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for finding the time to join us. Maresca, maybe Maresca has lost faith in KDH. I don't think so. I think he will come. He will find his feet. There are reasons to that when you take a step back and look at them, you'd agree that he just needs time. Players adapt different. You can say um, different paces. Different pace maybe. It depends. Some players will come and hit the ground running, and some will come in, and they find out that they do need time to adapt. The process is gradual for them, not immediate like the others. Let's see. All right. Rain, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join us. Let's move on to the next item. So this here talks about Chelsea have made contact with Benfica to try to find an agreement for Thomas Arujo. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. I don't know him. I don't know how old he is actually. Let me check quickly. But I've heard a lot of people talk about him. So I was really searching to get to know more about him. Then I found this, which Vince also shared. Somebody who knows him very well wrote, you could say, uh, just wrote a post about him. He says he has a lovely blend of athleticism, technical ability, a CB that is more than comfortable stepping into the midfield, which that's a perfect definition of the sort of CBs that Maresca likes to work with. And DJ should know him. He's from a Portuguese club. He's both a progressive ball carrier, passer. His turning radius to evade trouble is genuinely sensational too. Thomas Arajo is the next John Stones. I'm not sure I like John Stones that much really as a defender. Um, but I think I have a lesson on how to pronounce his name correctly there by Vic Araugo. Araugo. Really? If there's no G there, don't try to get me. Is it pronounced Araujo? I don't know. But let's go with Thomas. The Thomas spelled in a weird though, but it's not my freaking business. Heston, this if we're going by CBW definition of the player, then he's a perfect Enzo Maresca center back. I haven't even seen comps of him. This is today actually the first time I heard his name. So but if you know him and you're in the chat, tell us more what you know about him so we can learn more about him. Bobby, have you heard about him? That probably tells me that we're looking to sign to let some again if we get a sizable fee for some of us, one or two of our center backs would let them go because we're looking at new center backs. Let's hear you, Bobby.
Yeah, I think we do need a centre back injection, that's for sure. Now, what I don't understand is I don't know this guy. I don't know who does, but I do know he's never played in the Premier League. And I don't see yet again, unless there's something we're missing that we don't know from behind the scenes apart from pure profit. I don't see the point in selling Chalobah for a player that is untested, untrialed, really. He might be known to the sporting directors and the scouting team.
And to people who watch a lot of the Portuguese league, go ahead.
Portuguese, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Having said that, Renato Vega hasn't let us down, so maybe he's another one like that.
I don't. I think if I don't think Maresca wants to use him as a Stevie. He's played him in the left back position, and then we're seeing him as a play as central as a midfielder. Um, I get it. He's oh, you can also fulfill the centre back role. I don't think it doesn't look like Maresca wants to play him there, but we'll find out. He's still here. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 227 people watching, but only 63 of those on YouTube. The rest on X. And if you're following the show on X, we appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much for finding the time to join us. But we want to ask you for one favor. Take a second, drop a like on the video for us, share the video on X, and also follow our X account. We sincerely do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, oh, you're trying to make it easier. You made it worse. How? Just leave me alone, please. Okay, DJ just shared something with me with the Sky cover. Chelsea are now looking at alternative targets to fill the striker position as Al Ali are understood to be feeling more hopeful of securing a deal for Victor Osimhen. I think that's actually believable, honestly. Let's see. Is the Osimhen deal off the table? You could argue, but we're not certain yet until because yeah, if the Saudis are willing to pay him how much we're hearing, I don't see him turning that down. But that's just my opinion. I'm not Victor Osimhen. Chances are he still would want to play in Europe. And if we're hearing, let's be honest here, if we're hearing that is again he's asking for a release clause, or you could call that an exit strategy to be inserted into the contract he's signing with Al Hilal, which means yeah, he's already made up his mind to go to Al Hilal and not come to Chelsea. Although we're seeing conflicting reports, some are suggesting he wants to remain in Europe and Chelsea is this preferred destination. Some are saying PSG. So it's everywhere, really. And Jude, the CEO of Chelsea FC Jingles, nice to see you, brother. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join us. It's quite unfortunate the disastrous people we have in charge of decision and transfer. There was no need for this chaos, but they will not stop signing unknown players. Yes, in all honesty, you don't have to know the players. For them to for the player to be good. But I know where you're coming from. Honestly, I don't care. A lot of people knew nothing about Renato Vieira until we started looking at him, and I think people are starting to realize how good of a player he is and how good he can become. In my opinion, I'm not going to complain. I don't have to know the player. I'm not a scout. Beyond us not knowing the player, the scouts have done their homework, had a conversation with the manager. Managers do know a lot of these players. These are a lot of the players we don't know. So once the name comes up, they tell you a lot about the player and what they like about the player and what they don't like. So my point is, it doesn't really matter if we know the player in question or not. Yeah, we've seen clubs unearth some special talent that you haven't heard of until they signed that player and he starts playing with them. So I'm happy that things have actually changed at Chelsea. You don't have to be the biggest name in world football. We don't have to spend a fortune to get you to put pen to paper to become a Chelsea player these days. We do that, but sometimes we unearth special talents ourselves and nurture them. So I'm happy, but I get your point. You're entitled to feel the way you're feeling right now. However, Osimhen still wants a Chelsea FC, has always stated that Chelsea is his first choice, but he will not lower his wages. It's as simple as that. It's business for all parties involved. If he ends up joining Al Ali, good luck to him. Again, it'd be unfair to say that he followed, you could start slating him or maybe name calling him because he decided to join the Saudis, even if, again, it's not African business. It's business for all parties involved. He wants money, first of all, before anything else. He's not in primary school where you can say he plays football just for fun. He plays football, and that's how he puts food on the table for his family and probably his relatives. I don't blame Osimhen if he chooses Saudi Arabia. You shouldn't, and you have no right to. I have no right to, and I'm not going to do that. We made the deal messy. I don't think we did. No, we didn't. We wanted him. He signed an extension with Napoli. If he gets pissed off, it's cool. No pissing off here. Everything is about money, in my opinion. But I like your comments. I like the way you usually present your comments, your opinion. We don't look serious. That's why we have we have excess players we don't need. Okay, if that's how you see it, I think, in my opinion, we're right. You're entitled to your opinion, and you think we've been a mess. That's fine by me. One thing is this: I told people that we would take the club. We'll take corrective measures in the summer. And what's going on now? We're taking corrective measures. We're signing more experienced players. We've signed Pedro Neto, one more. I think I'm missing one more name. Joao Felix is very experienced, irrespective of the fact that he's just 24. And then we're looking to sign another striker. Hopefully, we'll sign an experienced striker. And looking at Osimhen tells you that the intent is there to take corrective measures, like I've always told you that they do this window. So give them credit. Come on, man. Don't dwell on the past. Move beyond the mistakes they've made, and I think they will do whatever they can to correct the mistakes. And I think they're doing that already. So I'm going to move on to the next item. But let me read this first so we can continue with the show. We have 57 likes. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible. 223 people watching, 57 on YouTube, the rest on X. It's saying the issue I have Kuchila with the owners. They knew he would not lower his wage demands. So why bother to? Let me see. So why bother to even go there and try and get them on a cheap? Um, if you don't buy tickets, you're never gonna win a lottery. Who knew that we'd get Joao Felix at the price we got him for? Let's be honest there. Let's talk about that. Who knew? Nobody knew that was going to be the case. And nobody knew that he'd take a pay cut because, yeah, he did take a pay cut to join us. If we're being honest here. So if you don't buy a ticket, you're never going to win a lottery. So I don't fault the club for trying, even if they end up not signing Osimhen, fine. And he goes to Saudi, that's fine. It's really that simple. I'm not gonna blame my club for missing out on Osimhen. No, we wanted them, and then he signed an extension. Even at the time, the Saudis wanted them. Had he been on the market at the time, chances are we wouldn't even have a chance because the Saudis, they've always wanted him. Actually, they've been there. We heard that they went in with a bid of around 100 million last season or last transfer window or so. But Napoli, was it Napoli that rejected it, or was it Osimhen that said no, he didn't want to go to Saudi at the time? But either of the two happened at the time. So I'm not gonna blame my club for anything. But Jude, you're on the panel. If you whatever you have to say, thank you. Welcome to the panel.
Yeah.
You have the microphone. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Good afternoon, coach. Good afternoon,
Big
everyone on
up,
the
bro. How
panel.
have you been?
Um,
I know I owe you a
yeah.
call, but I'm quite sure you understand.
Yeah. I'm trying to see the people on the panel, but I can't. Okay.
We have just it's
Bobby.
just
Okay.
you, Bobby,
Okay.
and I.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Bobby. Or good evening in UK. Good evening to you, Bobby.
Good
Yeah.
evening.
Yes, sir. Well, it's not. Not like I'm blaming the club for not signing Osimhen. I'm blaming them for all the stupid decisions they made, signing players that they don't need. We have a chaos right now. You have a lot of players who you have to let go, and a lot of them we are not going to get somebody to sign all of them. We have few days to go. People like David Washington, a lot of them. There was no need to be in that situation. How do I put it? When they were signing those guys, that's why I was saying that if you are signing an unknown player, you have to try to get it right. Yeah, I agree with you that a player doesn't have to be known. In fact, I'm happy when we sign players that are not known and they come in and they do well. That's what they call good scouting. You understand? And then you didn't pay excessive money for it. And that I love that. But my problem is people like David Washington, they just signed these guys a few years ago and they didn't even get a chance to play. Now they are not. There's no space for them. They've been frozen out of the team, and we can't sell all of them, and they have to be on the books. So that's why sometimes I wonder if these owners know what they are doing, because everybody, coaches get fired. But what about these directors that are making mediocre decisions, and they are not getting their things right? Yeah, they get some one or two things right once in a while, but they failed more than they succeeded, in my own opinion. So, and it looks like nobody is taking any action against them. Look at how many coaches we have fired. Graham Potter that we lost, if he had this privilege of separating players like the way they did for Maresca now, like, okay, they approach Maresca, choose your players. Immediately they chose his players, they took the other ones away so that it doesn't happen like it happened the time of Potter. But everybody know, even this guy, Liverpool coach, the former one, the guy from Germany, he said, I've forgotten his name, Jogging Klopp. Jogging Klopp was saying it that there's no how you have player in that situation where all of them cannot train together. That there's no way they will succeed. He said, I even learned some Chelsea players go to train in the afternoon. And then there's no way you can have a team like that. So, and he's actually very correct. So now that we have all these things, what were they looking? That you were just signing players, and that's just what's annoying me. And then now we have a chaos. You have players that you have to let go. Even Sterling, that is even known among them, it's difficult to get him out. Now we are looking at okay, United is taking him. They want to give us Sancho. We really don't need a Sancho. He might come and be an addition to the team, maybe. But do we really need a Sancho? No, we don't. But now we are trying to now cough out money from our pocket now to go for a Sancho, thereby inflating our FFP or whatever it is, because now we need to let Sterling go. I understand that Sterling wage is outrageous. He's not mixing up with his wage. Yeah, I agree. If Sterling is not taking a 50% pay cut, he has to leave Chelsea. Because if only he's taking a pay cut, then it makes sense to keep him. You understand? His inconsistency, some money have gone off the bill. Yeah. But right now, Sterling is earning the salary of three good players, and is also not giving the good return for it. So if we have to let him go, we are now in a situation where we have to sell Sancho. I think the best thing is, okay, if Sterling is not making effort to go, I just saw a breaking news now that Maresca issued him a final warning that you have to try to work with the club for them to get you somewhere to go to, like a reminder, like, I have no space for you. So don't think, but Sterling might not even care as long as he gets his $320 a week. Maybe he doesn't even care. So I don't know. We just kept put ourselves in a very dicey situation that the players are just too much that has to go, and all of them is just due to reckless signings that didn't really work out. We're having a David Washington. He didn't get a chance to play. If you think he's not good enough, why did you do that? We have a lot of them. Now we are now going back to Duran of Aston Villa. John Duran has been listed as one of the options we might fall back to in case we don't get in case Osimhen doesn't come to Chelsea. Yeah, Osimhen doesn't have to come to Chelsea. It's okay. And then we are looking at Duran, we are looking at Ivan Toney. And then Saudi is already approaching Ivan Toney as well. So Sky News is even saying that Chelsea might eventually not even get Ivan Toney if they want him. That's if Saudi is able to convince him. So our next option in line now will be John Duran. So it's just a complicated issue. I don't know. But I think the owner should be looking at rolling heads in no time soon. Yeah. Thank you very much.
No, no, listen.
Can I respond to that? I think
Yeah,
that's.
go ahead, Bobby.
I think there comes a time where it's important to switch off media. I was on another platform where somebody there was conflating information, and I had to remind him that, look, that message you're reading, I read it this time yesterday. You know, sometimes they retweet things and make it look like it's current because they want likes, they want views, and so on. We, in our love for the club, we tend to lose sight, we tend to have short memories, and we lose sight of how all this came about in the first place. That is the genesis. And it all boils down to the way the club was initially purchased. Now, that's not an excuse. That is a fact, a reason. Now, mistakes have been made. There's no doubt about it. But who wouldn't make mistakes when you're trying to rebuild something from scratch in the way we got it? And they have got a lot right, as well as quite a bit wrong. One of which is Sterling. Sterling's situation had to end. And I'm so glad that we finally got a coach that's able to end it and put into practice what we've all seen for the past two, maybe how long has he been here? 2 seasons? He hasn't offered us anything. And I'm sure Maresca, who's very hands on, will be looking at this 28-year-old high paid player and be wondering why he has to coach him to the same level as he has to coach Michaela Mudryk, because they make the exact same errors in terms of poor decisions, not looking up, and so on, running faster than the ball. Silly things that he isn't, that's not why he's here. Now, we can't keep lamenting, oh, we've done this, oh, we've done that. Look, I can assure you, right, that come the end of the transfer market, we would have gotten rid of, I would say, 98%, if not all, if not 100% of the overflow players that we don't want. It is, we are not the only club to want to offload high earners. Man United are struggling to get rid of Jadon Sancho. Nobody has said anything about paying money for Jadon Sancho. As far as I understand, it could be a swap deal. And United themselves aren't that keen on it, although I think they'll probably do better with Sterling. They're not that keen on it because of the same reasons that we are not keen on Sterling. High earner, low productivity. Ben Chilwell, let's look at his situation. Ben Chilwell in 3 seasons has played less than 30 games. The biggest number of games he played was in our Champions League winning season, where he did well. He gave us 15 games, but he still was away in the middle of that season with injury. Now, whether he goes or whether he stays, I don't think anybody will even notice because he's never here anyway. The only thing is that we're hemorrhaging money on his wages. And the club is trying to deal with that. I think, in summary, what I'm saying is this. Sometimes when you're trying to build, fix, redirect, and steer and recreate a massive franchise like this, I think sometimes we get too caught up in looking at other clubs that are not in our situation, that are envious of our situation. People talking about chaos, they're lying. They're lying. Jurgen Klopp was lying. Jamie Carragher is lying. Gary Neville is lying. Stop listening
And
to these
here's
people.
something else they do, Bobby. We'll sell 5 players tomorrow. Today, tomorrow you still hear them saying we have 43 players.
Yeah,
We'll sell 2 players the next day. The day after you still hear them saying we have 43
we
players.
have 40. Yeah,
I totally understand Jude's frustration. And
I
it's only
do.
but these things happen. It's nothing new. It's
It's
just
not
that we only have that mindset that things aren't going well in our club. So it's easy to just put the whole thing together and say everything is a problem.
because
I
that's what
totally
that's what
understand. But
is
go ahead,
being
Bobby.
that's what is being fed through the media, and it's done deliberately, and it's affecting people like Jude because they are looking for information about their club, and a lot of the information out there is propaganda from other clubs. Yes, we've come into that territory in football. The envy and the desire to stunt a club like Chelsea, who they wanted to destroy in the first place, is so high that they resort to lies. Enzo Maresca himself clarified that point. He said there's no chaos at Chelsea. The situation is very clear. If you're
That
not,
he trains with just 22 players. So how many players did he mention? And that's
yeah,
it.
that's it. That's it. They don't even train at the same time. He doesn't even see them, he said. And that they're not his problem. They're an issue for the sporting directors. And that's very true. Nothing is going on that is chaotic at Chelsea right now. And if anything, if you saw the results, the way they performed against Wolves, you can see that they are slowly but surely progressing. So look, let's really stop. Sometimes I'm very careful as to what I listen to because I'm experienced. I know what's out there. I know who's attacking the club. I know the people that are trying to sow seeds of discord. I know the people that want to attack the fan base, get them all worried and get them all in a rebellious mood against the club. I understand that whole process. Football, I don't know what to even call myself, to be honest. I'm not a pundit. I've been talking Chelsea on platforms, and indeed, I started off talking on television and on teletext and via phones and all these things. I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it since the mid 90s. So I've seen all this before. And I can assure you that what you are being made to believe, as I've said earlier, is not what is happening. The club is not imploding. The club is trying to redirect itself. And sometimes it's going to come with collateral damage. It's going to come with errors. It's going to come with, oh, trial and error. Oh, we bought this player. No, he's not quite what we want. We have to sell him and get this player. This is what it takes. The other day, the Wolves manager, after getting his ass kicked by Chelsea, what did he say? Oh, we've just been beaten by a team that spent billions of pounds. Billions?
And if they had they beaten us, the same £1 billion will come into his
We'll
will be in his sentence.
Exactly. This
Yeah.
is all. This is all. What some channels will call mind games. Don't listen to them. Just focus on what we're doing. Keep faith with what they're doing, and listen from the noises that actually come from the club. Maresca makes things very, very clear. He told them they came at him with all this. Oh, what are you doing with 40 players in the dressing room? He said, what 40 players? Said he only had 20 players this afternoon at training. Before that, he had 21. Why he went down to 20 was that I think one got injured. This is it, and he just left the at the beginning of the season. Chelsea won't be allowed to register more than 25 players anyway. He knows that. So he's got his 20, 21 he's working with, and I think he's left space for perhaps three additions. So let's be focused right now on the positive. The club hasn't imploded. Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing has happened. Yes, they want to sell Sterling, but that doesn't mean to say if they don't. Let me tell you, if Sterling doesn't go at the end of this transfer window, the biggest loser is Sterling. To be honest, in terms of his football career, the biggest loser is Sterling. Chelsea Football Club will continue paying his wages. Yes, we've got to be careful of PSR. We just tighten our belt in other areas. They've
Which
shown
is the
you
reason why we want him gone. It's not like he's performing.
exactly. They've shown you that they're that financially skilled that all these different monetary issues, they deal with it. These people are money. They're financiers, they're investors. This is what they do. So stop listening to media and all their little anti-Chelsea jealous gimmicks. They got a sample on Sunday of what's going to happen to them when this team get it together. And let me tell you, they're terrified. And it's a very terrifying prospect because this team, if they click, wow. Just hang on to your hats. Everybody's talking about Man City. This is a legacy right there. So let me just encourage you. Don't get too upset or too scared or too. Let's walk this walk. We've seen a rebuild before. We're just going through another one, and we will come out the other side.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very
Listen,
much. Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
listen. Oh,
Okay.
go ahead, Jude.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I understand everything he said. Yeah. What just frustrated me was the aspect of saying, oh, okay, the Sancho thing. I don't think we need that guy. But then
No, if we
Let's see
don't
how
need
it
it, but let me explain something,
Yeah,
Jude.
yeah,
If Sancho takes a pay cut and his pay is lower than that of Sterling, and Sterling joins Manchester United, Sancho is a sellable asset. Is a more sellable asset than Raheem Sterling. It's a big good business for us.
yeah. If it could take like 120 max,
I don't know, but I'm
yeah,
just saying if he takes
yeah,
a pay cut and it's lower, everything is it's about going for Sancho. I don't think it's because of his playing ability, solely because of his playing ability. I think it's business. You say when looking at it from a business perspective, saving money, if there's anything like that. But and I'm have to say that your opinion, you can say, comes from a place of concern, and rightly
Of course
so. And
it
I
does.
understand a lot of people are concerned, but
So,
I think yeah. Go ahead,
no,
Jude.
I
Sorry.
just want to add this one point to the Sancho thing. I don't think we need Sancho either, but just like Coach said, and as I reiterated, these people are money. Money is what they do. Sometimes they do things because of business and business strategy. He has a sell on value. You see, they're looking immediate term, mid term, and long term. They have a project in mind. And the project is not, you see, sometimes about building something. It's not the foundation that you're laying now that is the yardstick to judge the house that you've already drawn that you're trying to build, if you can understand that analogy. They have their eyes on the outcome, not on the process. So the process makes the outcome. And sometimes the process may not look so pretty, but the important thing is to get to where you want to go. So don't worry about that. Personally, I don't think we will do the Sanchez deal, but if we do, they've got a
No, the
strategy
Sancho deal,
behind it.
I don't think it will make sense for Manchester United, except given
No.
if we go by the fact that as bad as Raheem Sterling has been at Chelsea, he's actually better than a lot of the wingers they have there, forward
Yeah.
players they have.
And
Yeah,
coach, isn't it funny that none of these media people are talking about how Man United are treating Jadon Sancho? Nobody's talking about that. Nobody talks about how, and I always reiterate this, that club destroyed Donny van der Beek. Do you even hear about Donny van der Beek anymore?
mm.
Donny
Listen,
van der Beek
yeah,
Donny van de Beek, that was one of the most sparkling young prospects that was coming out of the Ajax football club. They took that kid and wrecked his career, but nobody talks. Why? Because United have a good holding of the media.
yeah, yeah. Jude, sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead, bro.
yeah. I'll just try to add that. Yeah, it's true that even most Manchester United legends that's been talking against us, be proud, they were like Sterling is better than what anything they have in Manchester United at the moment. Yeah, I hope they are able to take him off our wage bill though. And then and then if you look at it, now that Osimhen might not work, though I'm surprised that Saudi has approached Ivan Toney again, even though we once thought okay
Is it the
because
same club?
not the same
Yeah,
club, different
it
club.
is.
Different clubs? Okay.
Yeah. So now I am thinking that I don't know if we are not because I wouldn't mind if Anthony, that guy is a very notorious goal scorer if he has enough supply and he also participate in the playing of the team, like he give assists and all that, so I wouldn't mind him. So he with his experience and all that, because all I'm concerned now is experience. You might be young. I want players with exposure and experience. So Tony has Premier League experience. Do you think that we can still get him with Saudi being interested? I don't know if he will prioritize money or his Premier League career. Because this John Duran thing, I would definitely prefer Tony than John Duran in terms of experience. Yeah. So what's your thought on that? Yeah.
Nobody knows, do they?
Y- y-
Nobody
y-
knows.
Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
Honestly, when Saudi money comes in, it's really down to the player.
The
Just like the
landscape changes.
Yeah, just like the Osimhen situation, that poor kid is agonizing tonight. I'm sure he won't sleep, but whatever decision he makes has to be the right one. Same with Ivan Toney. He's 28 years old. Money
Tony's
will
is
be.
actually easy, Bobby.
Sorry,
Tony
is
is
it
be easier
though?
for him. Yeah.
Is it? He still has designs on maybe playing regularly for England. You see, a dream is a very difficult thing to kill, coach. It's not that easy to just walk away from your dreams. However, having said that, it's not that easy to walk away from generational wealth either. It's a horrible decision to have to make, to be honest. But whatever they do, we have to respect it and move on. Quite honestly, we're in a good position. Even if we don't pick up a striker today, I would rather we do because I think it will make us exponentially better. But if we don't, we're still a very, very good team. So we just have to wait and see. Honestly, I'm not bothered. I feel sorry for like Osimhen. I really do, in a strange sort of way, because
I'm
I
sorry, but
know.
I don't feel
Well,
sorry for him.
when I say I don't feel, I feel sorry. It's not that
In terms of how difficult the decision will be for him,
Yes,
right?
yes,
I understand, but I don't. Yeah.
the decision is a tough one, but he will make it and he will live with it, whatever the outcome. I guess it's nice to be a miserable billionaire, as he probably will, than to be, than to be, I don't know, man. But do you know what? Don't worry. Players come and go, but the one thing that stays forever is Chelsea Football Club. So we'll move on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with I agree with Bobby that it is difficult for him. It will have been a difficult decision. Reason being that he had turned Saudi down twice. Even recently, his agency said he's not interested in moving there. But maybe because he has seen that okay, whatever we want to offer him, he doesn't want to play for that amount. Maybe, and that's why he's making up his mind. Maybe I don't know.
That's why it's a bit difficult for him. It's not like he stays at Chelsea, he earned at least something he can look at and say that that's fair enough. But if we're paying him a quarter of what he's gonna be earning at Saudi, he's gone. DJ, if you don't mind, let me just take a few seconds to catch up on what we have in the chat. I'll come back to you on the if you don't mind, please. Should I go ahead?
Sorry, big up, DJ. Sorry,
All right, thank you, bro. He's my bro. That's why I don't care too much because he's not going to fight me. We fight when it comes to the Osimhen saga. We're the only club with 19 players in limbo. Bobby, it's not wrong to criticize the club. Bobby's not saying it's wrong, but here's the thing. This is not the first time it's happening. I know Man City, they don't have as many players at Chelsea. Matheus Nunes, he's going to be leaving. How long did he spend there? How many games did he play? So, football, as a big club, sometimes you have to make that decision. Even if you have certain players, sometimes you just have to sign more if you feel like you'd be signing much better players than you have within your ranks. It's just as simple as that, in my opinion. Please, if you're in the chat, cook Nacho. Brighton beat them to brighten our day on that day. So, deal with him. Um, he has no right to come here to come say whatever he's saying there. I'm just going to say hello to a lot of people. Wally Waldo, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. And the Prince is here. The Prince is saying that this man is very right in his own view. 1 second, please. 1 second, please. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm alone with this guy, and he's here with me. Let's see what else we have. This man is very right in his own on his view on how Chelsea goes about their business. In fact, the whole decisions are very bad by signing players that they don't actually need, and we make these mistakes every time. Okay, whatever you say there. Let's see, Rashi. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else to address before I go to DJ? Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to get your subsequent contributions in the chat, but there are a lot there, and I can't get all of them. So, DJ, let's hear you, and at the same time, let me take care of this my guy here.
Big up, guys. You guys there?
Big up, DJ. Yeah, we're here. We're here. Wherever you want to start, Osimhen,
No,
anywhere.
regarding the Osimhen situation, as I said, I'm still probably still living on hope on that deal because I think the Saudi window doesn't close. First of all, sorry, big up to everyone in the comments, by the way. Big up to Bobby and big up to the other gentleman who's on the stream here as well. My rude is not saying big up to you guys, first of all.
Big up, DJ.
Yeah, no, listen, I was just going to say, in terms of the Osimhen situation, I'm personally not giving up on this deal at the moment. I think it's going to go to the wire. I do believe it's going to go to the end of the transfer window on Friday. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the Saudi League, I do believe their window still goes on until goes on after that. So I think Osimhen's may decide he's going to go either. He might not make his decision straight away, but he may opt to make that decision after the window is still open. So Chelsea, I think he's still hoping that Chelsea can come in with an offer. I think what's killed this deal off, I think, all afflicting reports coming out today, but I think the last report I saw was, I think they put 90 million on the table for Osimhen first of all, which Napoli were happy to agree because originally they put 65 million on the table, which they agreed to as well. It's just Osimhen didn't want to go. But this time round, they've offered 90 million, and I do believe it's 500,000 in wages they're going to offer him as well. If you're hearing all sorts of reports coming out, so I can understand why it's a difficult decision for him to make in terms of, sorry, why he could be making that decision, sorry, to go to the Saudi League because of that amount of money. But then we talk about, as you guys have been talking about it all along, players' careers and what they want to do. Does Osman want to go at the age of what, 25 is he now? 25 going on to 26? Does he want to fight to go and try and win a Champions League? I mean, will he help Chelsea get there next season and will we compete again? I mean, we've obviously won the Champions League before, so I don't understand why he probably wouldn't consider it if we were to get there again. So I'm hoping that it does go to the wire on Friday and the deal will happen for him. That's the only hope I can hope for. But obviously there are alternatives. People are talking about Ivan Toney. I think there was mentioned of Duran has been mentioned as well. For me, look, out of the two players, I probably would opt for Toney. That's only because of he's older, he's experienced. He could be the kind of guy that could be the missing piece now for us to go and get them goals that we need. But I'm still also hoping that the Osimhen deal does happen because, as I said, it's not just because of him as I rate him as a player and him being a Chelsea fan, but he's got age on his side. He's what, 25. So for me, we got a long way with this guy. Should we go places? And I really hope this still can happen still.
So you're confident that I don't know, you're confident that deal will still happen?
I'm confident because you hear all these reports coming out. I mean, Sky, let's be real here. The guy who
It's
reported
mixed.
this
It's
was
everywhere, right?
it's mixture, but the last report I read and I sent to you, Kachila, was the one from Sky, okay, which was by this. I forgot his name. Is it? He always does the Chelsea stuff.
Sky Cavi. Yeah.
Cole. Yeah. Now he was the one that came out and said apparently yesterday that that Chelsea that the deal for Ivan Toney was was confident was going to happen, and he thinks that the players changed his mind to want to go to Chelsea over the move to Saudi. And then obviously after that, there was all reports coming after that. Chelsea's first choice is obviously Osimhen. Okay, and then obviously you've got Ivan Toney as second choice. Now I'm not saying the deal for Toney will not happen because it could happen unless he decides to move to this other club in Saudi, or he may decide to move to Chelsea. Now reports coming out today were saying that Ivan Toney is actually waiting on Chelsea because Manchester United apparently made a last minute made an offer for him as well, or actually showed interest in him, but apparently he's told his agent that he's waiting on Chelsea. So I don't know all these conflicting reports that are coming out on it all, and then you're seeing this whole thing with Osimhen. Then you're seeing that Chelsea's former managing director Michael Manalo is in London to thrash out a deal to get the Ivan Toney deal done. There's all sorts of things going around today, and we still don't know to this day. But the two people that have not actually come out and said anything, which have been quite reliable in this story, are obviously Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein. And both these two have not said this deal is dead in the water as yet. This is why I'm trying to say, is it really dead in the water? I mean, you've got Ben Jacobs saying it might be he's considering Saudi. We don't know. This is why I keep saying I'm not running us out of this deal as yet. And this is why I still think it's going to go down to the wire on Friday. And maybe he might make his decision, sack his agent maybe, Osimhen, and decide I want to go to Chelsea. Because if Chelsea is his dream move, and he's
If
also
you were
spoken to the
Osimhen,
likes of
what would you
Didier Drogba
do?
and Mikel.
If you were
Well, look,
Osimhen, what
listen.
would you do?
Honest opinion, I'll honestly follow my dream, and that would be to play for the club that I love to play with, and also go and try and win something with that. Because I've got 5 years left I've got 5 years left of my age. I'm 25 years old. That's how I look at it. I'm 25 years old. I've got probably 5, 6 years ahead of me. If I always want to go to the Saudi to earn that last check, I'll do it then, because that's always going to be there.
Do you
But if you've
realize
got
the
an opportunity
Saudis are
to,
signing younger players? They're not signing aging players anymore.
no, I get they're not. But Osimhen, let's be real here though. Osimhen will be one of those kind of players that will still be in demand in 5 years' time, because I think he's that good. I really do.
But
So for
you
me, he
cannot
could be.
guarantee that, DJ, right?
No, you can't guarantee it, but no, I mean, no one could guarantee Cristiano Ronaldo was going to go all the way to Saudi League and smash it as he's done it. And look how old he
And no
is.
one can also guarantee you that he take 10 free kicks and miss you balloon 12 of
Oh,
them.
come on, bro. Oh, come on. You're gonna go into that, but we all know. Come on, bro. Come on, come on. Let's not go there with Cristiano Ronaldo. Come on. You know,
No,
we
go
all know
ahead
the
with what you
guy's
were
a
saying.
pro, bro. He's a pro, bro. He's an excellent player. To this day, he's an excellent player. And I think the way United handled this situation was disgraceful, to be honest with you. But going back to the Osman situation, I really still hope that we can get this deal done. Maybe it depends again, Kachila. If the guy's mind is set on money, and money is what
We
drives
don't have
him,
a
and that's
chance.
what he wants, then Saudi is the place for him to go. If the guy is still thinking about winning trophies, winning it in the best league in the world, then you would choose the Premiership. Surely you would choose a move to the Premiership. Am I right in saying that, or am I wrong?
No, you're very right. Instant. How did Bobby put it again? Whatever he decides to do is the right choice. Is the right thing. It's as simple as
Either
that.
way, it works out
Yeah,
for him, doesn't it?
yeah, exactly. So whatever he feels is best for him, and for me, I'd say if I were Osimhen, I'd go to Saudi. One thing that we fans again, we often fail to see things from the player's perspective or to realize that this is business. As much as it is business for the club, it is business for the players. We talk about the club, they want to save money, they want to make profit. Players, by the way, Todd Boehly and co, they're all billionaires. So Simon isn't anything close to becoming a billionaire. Yeah. So I get it. The trophies you win define your career as a footballer. From outsiders, whether you call a great footballer or not, what you win as a footballer comes into the conversation whether you were great or whether you were one of the best or not. But he's no longer in primary school. Football is what brings food to the table in his family, and probably he's taking care of a lot of people beyond his immediate family. No need to go into more details there. I'm sure you've heard Michaela B talk about how it is for a lot of the players who's made it to Europe. Because
Yeah,
I don't care. In my opinion, if he chooses to go to Saudi, he decided that that's what's best for him. If it comes to Chelsea, fine. He's already rich, but he can become even richer if he goes to Saudi Arabia. And in all honesty, I'm not gonna lie. If I were Osimhen, I'm going to Saudi, except me if my father or grandfather is Dangote, which is one of the richest men in Africa. Then yeah, okay, I'll come to Chelsea. Then maybe I'm playing football not really for the money, but for fun. But Osimhen, you could argue he loved football when he was younger, but at certain age, probably he realized he has a lot of people to take care of. In my opinion, as Nigerians would say, thunder fire my dream. I don't care about my dream anymore. With that, I wouldn't for that much money. Except if Bill Gates is my grandpa or my uncle or my father, then yeah, it's not about the money. I think he's rich, but not the richest, not even close to the richest in Nigeria. If you get my point. But go ahead
yeah,
if you want to add anything
yeah, but
else to that, so we can give the
yeah,
microphone back to
I
those
mean,
in the chat.
yeah, sure. I mean, you do know though, if he does go down there, like Bobby said earlier on, he signs that big contract. There's no move back to him. There's no move back to him for England. Back to where he wants to go in Europe, because he's gonna be on a big, as you said, he's gonna be on a big wage that no one's gonna be able to match. For one, secondly, I can't see them loaning him out to any other football club in Europe from there. And he's probably got, at some point, like most of these players we've seen, have all come back from Saudi because they didn't like it there. I mean, you've got, so again, it depends. As you said, it depends on the player himself. But a lot of these players that we know that have moved there, a lot of them, or some of them, actually come back as well because they've not liked it there.
And
So
let's say
that could be
this
another
and
thing
that.
to
Let's
look
say
at.
this again. If he comes to Chelsea and forfeits going to Saudi, he may never get that opportunity again. You can't say for certain, because he's 24, that by the time he retires, he'd get another opportunity. Pay attention to what the Saudis are doing. They're going for younger players. I'm sure you've heard the story of Javivel, the Chelsea youngster, open to going
Yeah,
to Saudi Arabia. I'm sure you've heard that.
yeah, Steven Gerrard's team. I heard it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. So they've signed Cancelo, right? Didn't they?
Yeah, he's what 31 years old, though, isn't he?
But I'm saying they're becoming younger and younger by the day. They've signed some other young players too. So Osimhen, as much as you're
Yeah, we'll
saying,
see.
if he forfeits joining Chelsea to go to Saudi Arabia, the case is also vice versa. If he forfeits Saudi Arabia and
All
stays at
right.
Chelsea, he may never get that opportunity again. Because there's no guarantee he rips off trees in the Premier League that the Saudis will still come back for him. Why do you think some you can say the Saudi clubs aren't fighting over the signature of Raheem Sterling? Because he's not been perfect for Chelsea. Had he been ripping up trees and we're having the sort of issues we're having with him right now, they'd come and say we'll take him off of you.
Yeah, but
If
there's
you
a
get my
difference.
point. But go ahead, I'll let you
Yeah,
jump.
no, but Raheem Sterling has already said he doesn't want to go to Saudi. He could have gone there ages ago, but he doesn't want to go there. He's already come out and said
But
that
they don't
already.
really want him. Let them show him the money. I think he'll move.
There was interest on him before. There was interest in him. I can't remember what club it was, but there was definitely interest in him. But he just said he doesn't want to go there. So I do believe that was start of this transfer window, start at the end of the season. There was talk that he may be one of the players being shipped on, but the wages itself, though, I mean, you probably would have gone obviously to the club, obviously we were paying high wages, but he's come out and says he doesn't want to go there. But
Yeah.
either way, it works either way, Kachilla. It's a debate. I get what you're trying to say. It works either way. It either works for you, it doesn't work for you. If you want to go, you're ambitious, and you want to stay, and you want to win Champions League trophies, whatever, or other trophies, you'd stay. But if it's all about, okay, yeah, I get the point of you sorted for you're sorted for life with your family and looking after your family. I get that debate as well. So it works in either way, mate. It depends on the player and how he thinks. Do you know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I think we're all making good points. It's up to him to decide what he wants, what's best for him. As Bobby said, whatever he decides, definitely the best decision for him. And the blue to again, big up to you, brother. Big up, coach, a panel, Chelsea or Sterling, £70 million in wages and bonuses for the remaining 3 years of his contract. I don't think he's going anywhere. And you can argue that's the reason why he knows. He has us where it hurts, and if we pulls it, we will scream. If you get my point, so it's not easy. And we knew before time that Sterling leaving Chelsea not easy. We want him gone, but yeah, we knew his salary makes it very difficult for any other club to come for him because yeah, when players switch clubs, they usually seek a pay rise. In this case, even if he's willing to take a pay cut, he'll come to us and say, "Okay, I'll take a pay cut, but you have to pay me certain amount out of the payoff." They'll have a good conversation. And this camp, they've already said, yeah, we're willing to talk with Chelsea to find a solution. What solution? Money. It's really that simple. But let's see. I think we'll find a solution. We won't pay him everything, but we'll pay him a sizable fee before he agrees to leave. Jadon Sancho, you either respect your terms of moving to Juventus or we shorten your move down. Okay, go ahead, do whatever you want to do with him. Did Chelsea buy another goalkeeper? Penda from Genk, where we signed. I don't want to call him what comes to mind. Thibaut Courtois. Let me just stick with that. I'm okay with Tone or Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Do not stunt Jackson's growth. Nobody will. Jackson is Jackson. Jackson is more like a hybrid number 9. Osimhen is more like a traditional number 9. So they're not the same. But we're not paying attention. Let's see. We've inquired about him. I didn't know that. Let's see. I don't know why people want Calvert-Lewin when he's been injured, prone for injury prone for the past 3 to 4 years. In my opinion, I'm one of those that tell you we don't need a striker, especially after adding Joao Felix. Generational wealth is a tricky one. 70% of wealthy families lose their wealth by the second generation. Around 90% of families lose wealth by the third generation. Wow. That is some stats right there. That's the people from each place. That's the sort of things they have time to calculate. Tone will save us. That is if we get him. What else do we have here, Coach? Is that your son trying to get more working time? No, this one hasn't started school, and the grandma is busy with the newborn. So yeah. I think for the next 24 hours, Chelsea will be putting all of their eggs in Osimhen Anthony's a basket to see if they can get one of them. And if in fact it is the same club that is looking to sign Tone and Osimhen, I think they will end up with one. We end up with one. The question is now which of them. As at 6 p.m. UK time, Chelsea are still very much in the hunt for Jadon Sancho. I had a conversation with someone um, who indicated he would prefer Chelsea over Juventus if he had a choice. He's a London boy. The question is who's going to pay him better. I think probably would pay him better than Juventus, in my opinion. Saudi shouldn't be allowed to shop in the European transfer window. Wow. Sorry. Sorry, you can't do that. Yeah, we're not paying those wages. We're not paying anything close to what the Saudis will again probably what they already have on the table for him. It feels like his agent is trying so hard to stick with his current wages. If I was Osimhen, I'd honestly say to my agent, it's up to me. So I am lowering my wages. I mean, we don't know. We can only speculate. We only have to work with what we have. That's a buyout clause as well. So getting him back out from Saudi will be difficult. No, it makes it easier. It makes it easier, in my opinion. And Courtney here says, let the player who will perform for Chelsea come. Okay. I don't want another Lukaku or Morata situation. All right, I'm gonna scroll past quite a lot and say hello to those of you. Lifo Republic of South Africa says I differ. Man out of sight, out of mind. Okay, I differ. Okay, man out of sight, out of mind. If Osimhen goes, he will be another new upcoming striker. There will be, I'm guessing. I think did I read that wrong? Okay. Osimhen is a billionaire in naira and in cedis. Yeah, we know that. Just go away, man. So much for the Champions League. That debate. Anything else? Yeah, I'm gonna scroll to the very bottom. Apologies, I can't get everything. If I and Match Host TV is saying here, a South African white man has outtaken a Dangote. Okay, overtaking Dangote, so to speak. Let's see what else we have here. He won't be richer at Chelsea, especially if his wages are, bonus related or heavily. I think we can, in terms of, because you can say, I think chances are Chelsea are willing to make an exception to accommodate him. Yeah, I don't know. Dangote is the richest black man in the world. Coach, respect that. I didn't know. I think it changes every now and then. Correct. There's multiple players who have moved out of Saudi just after 1 year, but all those players don't play for big clubs. Can you name a few? I'd like you to be more specific. Name a few. Benzema, we were hearing rumors at the time that he wanted to leave, but he stayed. Yeah, we heard that West Ham United were interested in signing N'Golo Dante. It turned out to be absolute horse dung at the time. Never ever wanted Osimhen. I didn't want him for reasons I explained. I was on the fence, but the moment I went into the compound, I was told, I arrived a bit too late. Juventus and Chelsea remain both in talks for Jadon Sancho. Whether United want Ben Chilwell or any of the players we're offering in return, I don't know. And Glenn 10, nice to see you. I do appreciate you finding time to be with us. Pay the diva in Nando's vouchers. Big up, legends. Much love to you, brother. Always nice to see you. It makes me smile to see you anytime you have time. You make our time to come be with us here. It's a sign that at least, you're smiling, and that makes me happy. Coach, I have banned Osimhen from this channel. He does not need to listen to you until the end of the transfer window. We're not too sure what's going to happen now, unfortunately. Anybody else has anything else to say, or we moving on to the next item we have lined up? We've actually moved on from Osimhen, but yeah, it's Osimhen. is no difference from the elephant in the room. Every time you think we're done with the topic, someone else in the chat brings it up again. So let's move on. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. DJ, anything else you want to say?
Nah, bro, you can move on to the next topic.
All right. All right. This is saying Sterling is open to taking part in transfer
Sorry,
talks
I was
following the
struggling to
conclusion.
unmute. Sorry, I've been struggling to unmute all this time, but roll
Oh,
on.
you wanted to say something?
No, I thought you were inviting me to say something.
No, if you have anything else to add, you can go ahead before we talk about Sterling.
No, nothing to add on that topic.
All right. DJ did share something with me, which says, I think who's Sami Ku, who's saying, I think for the next 24 hours, Chelsea will be putting all their eggs. Okay, the same thing. Okay, we had it in the chat, and something else DJ had there. We'll talk about that in a bit. But I think that is not true. We haven't sold. I don't. I think we'll be fine. Um, if the rule again existed before we sold assets to our parent company, then fine. And I'm quite sure probably if the rules existed at the time, we'd be aware of it. So I'm not sure where that is coming. I think there's always something coming out to try to get people to be concerned with regards to the future of our club. So I don't believe that. If the rule existed at the time, I don't think we would have done that. And if the rule is newly implemented, then yeah, it doesn't apply to what we did at the time. So I'm not concerned about this. For me, it's absolute house done. But DJ, thanks for sharing. I see how people are concerned about that. So this particular report by Sky Cave, I'm hearing a lot about him of late. I knew nothing about him until this transfer window. This is saying Sterling is open to taking part in transfer talks following the conclusion of constructive club negotiations. So they've had a good conversation. Probably by now, maybe they've decided how much they're going to pay him. And also, the second paragraph reads, there's no guarantee he will leave before deadline and is still listed as one of the three senior players on Chelsea's website, but he doesn't have a number. So he's practically an outcast right now. I think he leaves. I don't know, but it's it's a difficult one, and we've always known that will be the case. We've always known if at any time the club decides to let him go, it won't be easy. His salary will be the biggest hurdle almost always. But Bobby, let's hear you. What do you make of what we have on the screen? If you want, I can read it again for you.
Yeah, please read it.
Okay, he reads, Sterling is open to taking part in transfer talks following the conclusion of constructive club negotiations. So, which means his camp in the club, they've had a very good conversation. Probably have decided how much they're willing to pay him, or maybe are still on it. The second paragraph reads, there's no guarantee he will leave before deadline and is still listed as one of 33 senior players on Chelsea's website, but he doesn't have a squad number.
Yes, I mean, the message is loud and clear. You know, Vince is very good at tweeting and retweeting and taking something he posted 5 days ago and pushing it forward at a relevant time when things are topical and being discussed. There's nothing here we don't know. Nothing. We know he's ready. He's open to moving. He's always been open to moving. That's why he sent that letter asking for clarity of his position. Um, you know, somebody posted something about the club owing him 70 million plus bonuses or whatever it is the deal they think he's signed. Well, maybe that's true.
No,
But
that's
the club,
correct if you calculate it that way.
yeah, if you do. But the club has never said they're not going to pay him his wages. All they've said is that he's surplus to requirements. You know, it's all very clear above board. Nobody's deceiving anybody here. Now, if there have been talks, which have happened a long time ago, that Sterling's open to moving, fine. When I was on Tobago's platform, and I think it was Dante brought up something about how the Juventus are not prepared to play pay Jadon Sancho's wages, so that deal has fallen through. And I said, well, because I'd spoken with you and you believe that the club need to compensate Sterling, and one of the reasons the Sancho deal fell through was that Juventus wanted Man United to pay about 65% of his wages. I thought, well, maybe that's a bit of a solution for Chelsea. Send him to Juventus for a season-long loan. They wanted to loan Sancho. United wanted to sell him. Send him to Juventus for a season-long loan. Pay a percent, a large percent of his wages, which will be a reduction anyway to us, and you buy yourself more time to negotiate a permanent sale next summer when he'll be down to 2 years on his contract. There are ways around this. That's just a suggestion. I'm not saying they're thinking of it, but it's something to consider, assuming Juventus are even looking at him anyway. Trouble is, everybody has now seen that he's not really that great a player. I don't know. It really makes me laugh the way the media talk sometimes. They're talking about Raheem Sterling as if he's been ripping up trees. This is a guy that Gareth Southgate dropped from the England team. This is a guy that they were all throwing under the bus not too long ago, abusing
Mhm.
him because of the money he spent on his mother. It's the hypocrisy is mind blowing. And that's why I get very upset and I call them out and I name them what they are. Um, all the silly little propaganda games that they play and things just to try and one, upset the Chelsea fan base, two, because of their own fear for the clubs they clearly support, and three, because they want to now make it look as if they care about a player. I mean, there's one guy, was it Henry Winter? Oh gosh, he was making me nearly throw up. Wasn't he the first person that used to attack Raheem Sterling back in the day? Now all of a sudden he cares about Raheem Sterling? Do me a favor. I think they'll come up with a deal for him because Raheem actually wants to play football and wants to keep playing football. The only thing I will accept is that the timeline for him to have prepared himself for this is a little short. It probably would have been better at the beginning of the season, but the fact is that Maresca didn't have that luxury. And though he knows him, he wanted to take a look at him again. And he looked at him once and he decided he had seen enough. It's that clear. Um, so let's see what happens. We've got, what, 2 days to go. Anything can still happen in 2 days. In football, a day is a long time.
Get deals over the line, deadline day proper, a few hours before his shots and all that. Yes, people,
Yeah.
keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 70 likes, so we can do a lot better than that. A total of 236 people watching, 51 on YouTube, the rest on X. We appreciate you all. Thank you. If you're following the show on X, please kindly do us a favor, drop a like on the video, share the video on X to help us reach more people. And apologies for the title test. I think I made a mistake when I was scheduling the show and left the word test there when I tried something out. I'll try not to let that happen again. Ben Jacobs reports that believes Chelsea FC would consider giving Victor Osimhen more than £250,000 in weekly wages, provided he agrees to their incentive-based wage structure that has been in use for recent signings. And yeah, again, as long as you perform, you earn that much money. You earn what you work for. It's as simple as that. Remember, the loaning has changed. Chelsea might run out of loaning spots by now. I think so. Probably will be looking to sell a lot of players. And I think he will. A lot will go out. Look how many has gone out already. Even Kepa Arrizabalaga, Amanda Boy. I'm not sure where we're at with his own deal. Who's the other guy?
Well,
Tino, is it?
I listened to the Ipswich manager yesterday, and he was very clear that Broja deal is not dead. They're all in further negotiations.
Mhm.
So we wait and see what happens there. I think Brozier will end up going to Ipswich, and I think it was a matter of if they stay up, we wanted them to pay 30 million for him, but they're
Mm.
trying to pretend that there's some issue they found. I think they want him. It's just they're trying to renegotiate that 30 million option to rather is it a commitment to buy after the loan period. I think that's where it's all at with the brochure.
And something else I'm sensing that's become very common is that clubs are willing to help each other to avoid PSI issues. That's what I'm seeing. They, I think,
There's a measure of cooperation,
yeah, but
certainly with our
that's a better language to use. They're not cheating, but again, they're still exchanging players, money and all that. Go ahead, Bobby, with what you were saying.
yeah, certainly with our Omari Hutchinson deal, there was that element to it. Who was it we sold to Villa? Is that long ago now? And then we bought. Who did we buy from Villa? Hutchinson, and who went the other way?
I don't think
Um,
we didn't at the end we didn't buy anybody from Villa, but
yeah,
we
it was
sold,
Martson. It was Martson.
yeah,
We
Ian
sold
Matson to them. Yeah,
Martson, and then they then
rumors at
bought
the time was that we were gonna get what's his name, Jean Duran.
John Duran, and then we got Omari. So there are little deals like that that can happen, and I'm sure clubs are quite open to it. Look, clubs don't. Everybody wants to survive, and everybody wants to make their little profit here and there. And if they have a little problem, like too many players or a player that they're struggling to get rid of, and the other club feels they can do with the player, of course they're going to talk to each other. It's business. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
business. This is what business
yeah,
people do.
yeah.
So the Raheem issue is not dead. He's all of a
Oh yeah,
sudden
Bobby, we got Omari Kellyman. Somebody, Vic just
married.
mentioned it in the chat. Yeah,
That's right, Omari Kellingham. I'm confusing him with Omari Hutchinson that we
Hutchinson.
actually
Yeah.
sold to Ipswich. So let's see. They will do deals. I think Ipswich do want to do a deal with us for Brozier, but just like their manager said, the deal has to be good for everybody, for Ipswich, for Chelsea, and for Brozier, and that's what they're working on. So yeah, it's good. Look what we did with Kepa. Kepa went to Bournemouth. We've added another year on his contract so that maybe we can do a deal to sell him. You see, they're always strategizing. There's always a financial strategy to all these things, and that was why I suggested, well, if Juventus, who are looking for a winger, are not happy to not to be allowed to loan Jadon Sancho, and two, with having to pay his wages, then perhaps Chelsea could step in and offer them Sterling and pay some of his wages. You see what I'm saying? I mean, these are
Yeah,
all
I'm
the
with you.
little deals that you can do, and that way Sterling is getting some compensation because he's still getting his money at least for a season, full season, as well as football. And then in that time, he has time to find another club. Or maybe even impress Chelsea again. Because if he rips up trees, Chelsea might say, oh, you're still contracted to us. You stay with us. It's highly unlikely, but you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So we have to give these things time and allow them to run their course. Ben
Yeah, thank you.
Chilwell's the headache we've
Yeah,
got. Yeah.
Juju, were you saying something? I thought someone else was saying something, Bobby. Sorry for cutting you off. If you're still speaking, go ahead.
No, I just said that to me. My concern is Ben Chilwell. I admire the fact that he's quiet. He's not saying anything. He's not complaining because I think deep down in his mind he knows his injury record is what has really scuppered him. But I think it's that same record that and that wage packet that will make it very difficult to offload him. And if we can find a sort of deal like that where we may need to share his wages, I think we'll have to go for it because,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
he's going to be a difficult one.
just quickly, I'm looking at the rumored Saudi proposal on the table for Victor Osimhen, 620,000 pounds euros a week,
Wow.
30 million euros a year, and 120 million euros in 4 years. And what my dream what? Oh, gosh,
Wow.
make I don't talk. It's just too much, really.
Yes.
But that's by the way. Let's see what else we have here. We need to sell Chilwell too. I've seen enough of Mudryk to know he's not ready. Houston, Mudryk will work. I think the manager is working on it. And I get, irrespective of what anybody think, I think the manager knew exactly what he was doing with Madueke. That forced Madueke to perform. There are other factors that one could mention as the reasons why Madueke, you could say he's showing the sort of form he's showing. But that's by the
Can I
way
add?
another.
Can I
Yeah, go
add
ahead.
some? I want to add something to that, and this is I don't want to disparage Modric, but I don't want to undermine what Madueke has done.
Mhm.
I think Madueke's improvement isn't just down to Maresca. I'm sure Maresca has got him perhaps a little bit more disciplined, but Madueke was improving right from the time he came back from injury under Pochettino. I think the kid has just something has clicked in his brain and he's just started balling out. He was always a good player. It's just he needed to be able to express it in the Premier League and he's beginning to do that. So as much as I would like to, I don't really think it's fair on the player to just give it all to Maresca.
No, no,
Um,
he's hired a personal trainer to help.
yeah,
You could say to help drill him into mastering how to orchestrate certain types of
shooting with his
shooting,
right
dribbles, and
foot.
all that. Yeah, yeah, you have to give him
Yeah.
credit for that. And that's why I said when I talked about it, I did say that there are other factors one can argue again has helped has contributed to his improvement. But go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, I think so. I've been very impressed with him this season. For some reason, he's very self-confident. He's immature. He does silly things. He's 21, 22 years old.
Kids will
Because
always
he's
be kids.
because he's tall and big built, people forget that. That's his brain. And he's developing. I think he is spades ahead of Modric. Modric, if he gets there, will maybe a better player or will certainly be a fantastic player. But at this moment in time,
He's not
Madueke
close,
is,
in all honesty.
gosh,
No, he's not. Yeah.
wow, and Madueke is younger than him. So, and if he put that time in, because you saw the videos of what he was doing over the summer, the practice, this is what it takes, and I think some credit has to go to the boy. I think the boy has done well, and
And he's a
Maresca's.
very confident player too.
Oh, he is. He
Yeah.
is. And Maresca's is benefiting from that. I was on a platform after the Wolves game, and yes, I absolutely love Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer is a wonderful player, but people are trying to take away the limelight from Madueke to Palmer in that Wolves game, and I was like, no. Yeah, Palmer did some wonderful things, but you know what? That game belonged to Madueke. I thought he was our best player on the day. Taking nothing away from Palmer, but on the day, we have to give the kid his flowers. So, no, I'm not giving all his progress to Maresca. Maresca will keep him disciplined, but the kid has worked hard to get as far as he's got, and I hope he continues on that trajectory.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Vic has become a gang member of Bobby's. Now Bobby understands what Peter Kenyon was saying. Chelsea cannot win the financial war with Sterling. It was poorly handled. Uh, in all honesty, he has the upper hand. I've always I think Bobby was again. I think probably used to you. It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem as if you're not you understand Bobby's
I'm not
perspective on the
disputing that.
matter. Yeah.
I'm not disputing
No,
that.
he's not disputing that what's his name? Raheem Sterling has the upper hand. He knows that, but
From a
I think the
financial
point
point
he
of
was
view.
trying to make on the day was that the club are not going to let him dictate what happens. He will, but they will show him that it's not going to be again exactly the way he wants it. Something to that effect. But Bobby, I'll let you. I don't want to misquote you.
No, exactly. From a financial point of view, he holds all the aces because he's got 3 years left on his contract. Of course he does. But from a footballing point of view, he's stuffed, and he has to unless he complies. And this guy saying really Chelsea never respected Sterling. Okay, that's your opinion, but I beg to differ. 325k a week worth of respect. Is that good enough for you? I rest my case.
Yeah, and sometimes you make you said difficult decisions. You don't no sentiment. It's not working. It's not working. You find a way. If it doesn't want to leave, you force him out. And if Chelsea, I can assure you, didn't do it the way they did it, he'd sit there and be telling them, I'm not. I want to sit and fight for. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay and fight for my place. AKA,
Exactly.
I want to stay and be earning the the paycheck. It's as simple as that. So they know he will eventually leave, but they want him gone now. The sooner he leaves, the better. But if you
They don't want him to get comfortable.
yeah, exactly. If it gets comfortable, it becomes difficult for all parties involved.
Yes. That's life. It's
Yeah.
what he was lucky to get that deal in the first place. I saw the smirk on Pep Guardiola's face when they asked him if he'll take Sterling back the way he's trying to get Gundogan back. That said everything.
Why would they take
Eh,
him back?
exactly.
For what to come do or to become the groundsman? Um, the, Chelsea, that's just your opinion anyway. It's listen, this is business, no sentiment. If you're sentimental, then yeah, you'd make a lot of mistakes. And if you make mistakes, if you want to correct them, no sentiments either. You have to make make the decisions you want to make without looking at certain things. If Victor Osimhen is serious to play for a club he supports, which is Chelsea, yeah, he needs to sack his agent and take pay cut to join Chelsea. Yeah, thank you. And let me know whether you take a pay cut to go work for a company just because you like the company. Listen, let's try and be truthful to ourselves when we talk about players like this. I miss the good old days where the facts would come in just in time before the window shuts. And I don't take my eyes at the time off of Sky Sports. Sit there, hear them talk about the exchanging of documents and exchange of documents and all that. These days, you sign documents electronically. You don't even need to fax anything. Yeah, it was fun. Honestly, might be a dumb question, but I genuinely don't know. Is Osimhen he's Christian, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. But he's Christian anyway. Yeah. Um, but that's fine. When I see Omari Kellyman from Manson, yeah, and that's not a dumb question, by the way. But I know it will come across as such to some people, or maybe will probably start looking for you could say context they was probably start contextualizing it to what it isn't really. Ofori, yeah, talk to him. I'm not gonna be the one to talk to him. Does Osimhen will he come to Chelsea? Maybe, I don't know. We're not sure what's gonna happen. We got Omari Kellyman from Villa. Yeah, thank you for correcting that. You say that's how quickly we've forgotten about him. That's because he was nursing an injury before he joined us, didn't get to participate during preseason. Yeah, it was easy to forget about him, really. He's still listed as one of our players on the club's website. Jones, okay, just having a good conversation there. Yeah, Bobby, he likes you now. He doesn't like me. I know. Big up to you too, Shafadinho. Nice to see you. Mudryk in the same sentence. I've committed an offense, right? The H place is your portion. No, 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 no. It's not happening. I've Just leave me alone. Okay, if that's how you see it, you're entitled to that. 4 goals in 2 games for Noni Mudryk. That's not easy. Yeah, Bobby, he likes you now more than me. Okay, I'm gonna cry. Let's see. Plan reviewed now confirmed. Al Ali delegation has arrived in Italy for direct talks with Victor Osimhen and his camp. Contract on the table with release clause as Osimhen wanted. So that's it. You can argue that's it. He's gone. I'm not sure what we're going to do to convince him to do otherwise. I'm not saying for certain that's the case, but let's see what happens. Chelsea in active talks with Osimhen on salary. Al Ali deal only happens if CFC talks collapse. So I'm not sure what to make of it, but I'm just gonna move on anyway. Sterling's contract has nothing to do with this situation. Chelsea gave him that offer, which was his wages at Man City. No, his salary, his wages has his contract has everything to do with where we're at with him right now. But you're entitled to see it differently. That's why we're here. What else? We've discussed this one. Anything else? Where are we? Then this one here. It's not working. Sancho is open to a move to either Chelsea or Juventus. Manchester United do not need to replace Jadon Sancho if he was to leave. Damesh Shet provides. Okay, no need to talk about what the guy is telling us there. I don't know if anybody on the panel. Sancho, we've already talked about him. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, anything else? Vic here has some update for us. Let's see, and then we'll take a look at what the manager said during his presser. Chelsea remain in the lead, coach. That's what Fabrizio Romano is saying. Chelsea in the lead for Victor Osimhen's signature. Wow, DJ, you owe me a party if this happens. DJ, do you see what we have on the the highlighted comment on the screen?
What's happened,
Vic,
bro?
when did he say
Sorry.
that? He's saying that Chelsea remain in the lead.
I
That's what
don't know
Fabrizio
about.
Romano is saying with
I don't
regards to who is it, Sancho or for Osimhen? Please, can you
know.
clarify if you're still there, Vic?
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
about
mean, I
that.
mean, I mean, the latest report, the latest thing I've got from Fabrizio Romano here is that deal between Victor Osimhen and Al Hilal will only happen if Chelsea talks collapse by Fabrizio Romano. So
So I
it
mean,
looks like
you
talks
could
are still.
one could interpret that to Chelsea being in the lead, but go ahead.
Yeah, so it looks like it looks like the talks are still ongoing. But as I said, if they're going to put that kind of, as you said, Kachi, if they're going to put that kind of contract on the table, that kind of money on 4 year, I do believe that last contract they've offered him is their last offer. It's a 4 year contract, and it's a take. I think it's more or less a take it or leave it contract for him now. Now he's got like like Bobby says, he's got if he's well, let's put it this way, Kachi, if he was going to do this deal, right? This deal was offered, I think, the same offer that came out was offered, I do believe, later in, I think it was earlier in the evening. This talk came out, and I do believe it's just doing its rounds again. Now, how I look at it, it just gives me it's more or less saying he would have made his decision there and then said, "Okay, I'm going to go." It's obviously stopping him from going. Now, whether he's starting to talk to his agent and saying, "Look, I really want to go to Chelsea," see if we can get a deal done there before anything can happen. So I don't know. It's a tough one to call, mate. It really is a tough one. He could still
D-
well come to Chelsea, but
DJ,
very likely probably will be there.
you know why I think he's conflicted and he's really agonizing. Do you
Why is that?
remember when the Chinese came for Oscar with
Yeah,
that stupendous offer? Oscar
yeah.
Oscar was gone. He didn't
They're out the door, innit?
he didn't, you
Yeah.
Even
know,
Chelsea didn't hesitate to accept the offer
It's
for
good
on
the
the
money.
month
table.
the offer, it was so quick. And you saw how Diego Costa behaved when they came for him as well, and he got really upset
Yeah.
when he wasn't allowed to go. So the fact that Victor, I know Victor is
Ooh,
younger
Bobby,
than
I
both.
totally forgot. That was what led to the fallout between Conte and Costa, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Chinese money. But he was contracted to Chelsea, and Conte said, "No, you're not going anywhere. At least not this season, because we need you." and of course, because he was contracted to Chelsea,
Yeah, I remember that.
he just sulked, and he still did his job though. To be fair to him, but
Yeah,
he
he
was
did. He
really
did.
angry. He was really angry because that's a
An
lot of
angry
money.
Diego Costa,
but
probably.
wasn't happy.
Yeah, yeah, he wasn't
Yeah.
happy at all. So, but that's why I'm saying that the fact that this deal hasn't been slam dunked already. Do you know what it means when somebody just? I'm giving a scenario. I know it's just hypothesizing. Someone walks into your house and drops 90 million on the table and says there's a contract that guarantees you 625, 650 uh, 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 k per week. Wow, that's the devil right there. If I may use your terms, coach, that's
Yeah, yeah.
temptation.
I mean, I agree. What,
That's
like, yeah, I don't blame Diego Costa. I didn't know. It didn't occur to me at the time that was, like I said, the reason why he fell out with Antonio
it,
Conte. It makes more
it
sense
is.
now.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you see, these big money people, right? What they rely on when you get these talents from developing, South American, African nations, these guys come from real poverty at times, real poverty, and they've made it, and they always think of their families, their villages, their towns, their extent. You see what I'm saying? That's why they always do things for the people from where they came from. People like Thiago Silva, all the things he's done for his extended family, where he's from, the fact that he's even gone back to play for his former club. They never forget home. Didier Drogba building hospitals, Essien, I've forgotten what he built, and they're always doing these things. So money is important to not just them, but to their entire clan. That's the weight on their shoulders when you wave that sort of money under their nose. So as
Yeah.
I go back to what I said earlier, young Victor has a humongous decision to make. It really is a big decision, and that's
Yeah.
why I said whatever decision he makes is the right one. If he says right, sod that, in a way, it's so good for Chelsea because we've just employed a demon. Because he ain't turning his back on that sort of money to come to Stamford Bridge and fail. He's coming to Stamford Bridge to rip up trees, to justify why he turned down that money. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it's either that, and I will really respect him for it. I'm like, wow, this guy
Yeah.
really likes his football, So let's see what happens.
See,
It's huge. Sorry.
you see how I look at see how I look at the situation, guys. I look at it this way, right? Yeah, from the Osman point of view, right, or the situation, right. If you want to call it whatever. Basically, he wants Chelsea. Chelsea want him. Both parties are literally more or less working on a solution, and all Al Hilal is really like a side chick for him. If it happens, if he can't get
A
Chelsea,
really
bruv, yeah,
sexy side
it's
chick.
there, bruv. A side chick for him. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not going to really be one of those. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness,
That's how
DJ,
I
why
look at
did
the
you do?
scenario.
DJ,
Why
that
did you do
that
this?
Sorry,
side
bruv. I
that
had to,
side
bruv.
chick is
Jesus
That's
hot.
how I
Christ!
look at it. You see, let's go on to it, right? Like Bobby said, bro, let's look at it from a realistic point of view, guys, right? Yeah. If he really wanted this deal to happen, he would have signed this contract ages ago, right? Clearly, it's meddling with his head, right? So he's clearly thinking to himself, "I want Chelsea. I know Chelsea want me. Both our parties are working on a solution. I'll just use Al Hilal as that little side chick on the side there. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't work at Chelsea, I'll just go there, and I'm going to be paid. I'm going to be paid handsomely if I was to go there. So I'm saying
Wow.
that's how I look at the scenario.
The beautiful game. If you're there, you have a new member.
Um, mm.
Sorry, guys. Have a
I'm
bloody what do you call it, bud?
I'm definitely going to heaven. I don't know what. I don't even know the meaning of that. I don't want to know. Go ahead, Bobby. Do you want to add something so I can catch up with what we have in the chat?
No,
We'll see
I
if we
was
can
just gonna
discuss a
say
few of the
that's.
managers' comments before we call it a day.
I was just gonna say that's one hot side chick because his head is scrambled
Proper
right now.
style, isn't it, Bobby? Proper. He's scrambling like man. Can you imagine a scrambling his brains, bruv? Do you know what I'm saying?
Honestly. That's funny. That's a
Oh
good one.
man.
I
Oh
remember
I,
that one.
yeah, go on.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Oh,
say anything. I did not say anything. Vicky is saying Chelsea in active talks with Osimhen on salary. Al Hilal's deal only will happen if Chelsea FC talks collapse. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you have every right to interpret that as being that Chelsea are in the lead. It's as simple as that. Since Al Hilal they have to wait to find out whether he joins us or not. Okay,
okay.
I've read it again, and I think I get where you got that from. But
Okay.
Chelsea won't pay that money. I don't think we'll pay them anything close to what Al Hilal probably has on the table for him. But he'd be looking for us
Okay.
to, you can say, make an exception for him at least, get to that what he's currently earning and learn more, even if he ends up, you could say, being heavily incentivized as we do with our recent signings. Bobby speaking coach's language, employing demons. Okay. If Osimhen's deal becomes a reality, Igbali must have broken all principles on the leg. Sometimes you make exceptions. I think they are willing to make some exceptions, but how much of that we don't know. Yeah, lots of love for for the people on the panel, but not me. Shocking, right? Let's see, where are we here? Why is it blank? Just give me one
Hey,
second
Kachilla,
here.
just a couple of updates for you guys. The
Yeah, go ahead.
Carling Cup draw's been made. So far, Wycombe Wanderers versus Aston Villa, Manchester United versus Barnsley, Arsenal versus Bolton Wanderers, Manchester City versus Watford, Liverpool versus West Ham are the ones so far coming out. Chelsea's not come out of the hat yet. I believe they're ball number 8, and they're going to hopefully be coming out of the hat very soon. Hopefully get a good home draw. And it's Coventry City versus Tottenham now. It's come out now. So
So
Chelsea so far
who we're
hasn't been
facing?
drawn. We're not
Okay.
no one yet.
Okay.
Our one hasn't been mentioned as yet. I'm still waiting
Oh,
on that.
okay. All right. Thank you for that. So we have this
Where is that?
report
Is that
by
on
Fabrice.
Sky, DJ? Sorry, is that
It's on
Sky?
BBC. It's BBC, Bobby.
BBC. Oh gosh, that terrible channel. I think I'll just watch it for that.
Yeah.
Hate
All
BBC.
right, we have Fabrice Hawkins here reporting. I don't know whether to trust him,
Yeah.
but he's been correct with a lot of stuff of late. Al Ali are pushing for Victor Osimhen. Last proposal, 4-year contract, wage of 30 million euros per year. Club to club negotiations ongoing, but Chelsea are still there. Whatever you want to make of that one, I'm not
There
sure what
you
to
go.
make of it. What is this news
I
about
go
the
I go
CFC
back to
facing?
I'll go back to my previous comment, but sorry, I'll go back to my previous comment.
Mhm.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on. Sorry. I was
Okay,
saying
I thought you
Brentford
were
versus
saying
8.
something.
Wait,
Go
sorry, I
ahead.
was just I'll go back to my previous comment. Oh no, I was
Oh,
just
okay,
saying I'll go
okay,
back to
okay.
my previous comment from that comment Hawkins just made. Go on.
Okay. Yeah. So we're still there. It's not over yet for us. So we're probably the reason Osimhen haven't put pen to paper for the Saudi League option for him. I've seen this. For me, I think it's absolute hot dog. And I'm gonna say what I said. If the rule were already in place when we sold our assets to ourselves, then we're in trouble. But I don't believe for one second that the rule has been in existence before was in place or before we did that. I don't believe that. I think they'd know. Had it been in place at the time, they'd know. So for me, I'm not concerned. We've addressed that. I didn't bring it up on the screen. DJ did share that with me. So thank you, DJ. This year, 42 minutes ago by Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea remain in active talks with Manchester United for Jadon Sancho, but still want a swap deal involving Raheem Sterling. I think that complicates the whole thing. It could still happen. This Sky Cave, is that how you pronounce his name? Chelsea are now looking
Yeah,
at
Carve.
alternative targets. Okay, to fill the striker position, as Al Ali are understood to be feeling more hopeful of securing the deal. This is just an opinion anyway, irrespective of the fact that I think it's 70-30 leaning towards him joining Al Ali. This is an opinion. If you're going by, Al Ali are understood to be feeling more hopeful. To me, I don't want to listen to that. Anything else to address? We were going to look at the manager's comments from his presser. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? This is about Jadon Sancho. Is thought to have indicated a preference to join Enzo Maresca's side over Juventus. Wow. Okay. Also, Ben Jacob saying while little progress has been made with moving Sterling. Okay, it is understood that Chelsea remain in the running to take Jadon Sancho in a separate deal. It becomes even more confusing every time you read something new. Okay, this is
Crikey,
important.
shall I
Chelsea
guess who Chelsea
cannot
have
and
got?
would Yeah, this is saying Chelsea cannot and would match the proposed Saudi terms, but are still trying to get player buy-in to to get the player to buy in. Feeling remains now negotiations with Napoli will be smoother than on the player side. Osimhen is keeping all options open, but Chelsea will move on to other targets if the Nigerian, you know what's coming next. Enzo Maresca, I said it before, we have to sign a player just for signing. I don't want. Yep. Yeah, he doesn't want if we're going to sign a player for the signing sake. But if we can sign a player who can help us, for sure, I want that. Yeah, and we've talked about how I don't see a world where Chelsea will sign a check for a player without him okaying the signing of the player, for lack of a more specific language. Okay, Enzo Maresca, I can say it. Chelsea is not a mad club. Since I joined the club, the things are working in one way, in one direction. The players that arrive, they are all players that together with the club we have decided to bring. So it's not about the club deciding to sign a certain player and boom, sign him without him okaying that player signing. But people are gonna go on to talk about what they want to talk about. Enzo Maresca, when asked about Sancho, if we can sign a player that can help us, for sure, I would. I know him very well, but he's not our player. So probably that's to me, he's open for He's open to Sancho's arrival. Enzo Maresca and Raheem Sterling, I said already many times, he is a fantastic person. The only thing is that every manager has a different idea. He's not the type of winger I like. That says nothing about Raheem. The history and the numbers speak for Raheem. It's just preference, a matter of preference. Bobby, anything else you wanna say so we can call it a day? I need to go get my boys from school. It's almost time.
Yeah, we've drawn against Barrow. Is it Barrow? Barrow in the Carabao Cup home draw.
I don't think I've heard that name before, but go ahead.
It's a team that I thought they were kicked out of the league, but they must have come back in. Gosh, that's like unless they're still non-league and they've managed to get to the third round. I don't
Hmm.
know, but yeah, we're at home to Barrow. Hopefully, that's an opportunity for the young players to get a run out.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think yeah, maybe that sort of game where we have the big boys on the bench. If need be, we bring them on. Yeah. All right. Yep. Get them out. Nice to see you, CFC Pudding. This is says the UEFA rule was in place. EPL still doesn't. So yeah. So probably I'm quite sure they probably at the time they were well aware of its existence, so they know what they're doing. So I'm not too concerned really. And the beautiful game, Carabao Cup, Chelsea versus Barrow, League Two side, and we have Vicky in the house. Chelsea versus Barrow. How good are they? Mansa Musa Danwaya, KK Mudryk Ocho. Who is
Hmm?
better right now? I don't know. I haven't watched the show this season. I don't know.
No, no.
Uh, Yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that question. I think Mudryk, he will be fixed, and it's this season. That's just my opinion anyway. Anybody else on the panel has anything else to say? Otherwise, you're going to comment.
Yeah,
Okay, we've been
just
streaming
sorry.
for 2 hours, nearly 3 hours. Go ahead.
Yeah, just
Go
an
ahead.
update for you guys on Sasha Talvori. Has just come out and said that Victor Osimhen still gives his priority to a move to Chelsea FC, only if he didn't agree on personal terms in the 24 coming hours to CFC. The Nigerian striker will only consider Al Hilal for the 120 million total wages. So yeah, it looks like it's another report reporting this. It's the one from Belgium. Sacha, I can't pronounce his name. Sacha Talvadori. I haven't butchered his name, but apparently he's now
As
saying that
usual.
Victor Osimhen is still me. Yeah, bro, you know me in names sometimes, yeah. But yeah, as I said, he's prioritizing. Apparently, he's prioritizing a move to Chelsea. They're thanks within the next 24 hours. So Chelsea have got more or less a deal. They more or less got to sort out a deal with him within the next 24 hours for him to more or less consider. Obviously, well, before looking to accept that deal to El Hilal. So there's still hope, guys. There's still hope.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Benny Rain. Thank you for that information. Nothing new, nothing else to address here. We've addressed this news for this guy. We've addressed a lot of the manager's comments from the presser. Yeah, we've addressed that particular report there. I don't know, Bobby, you have anything else to say, or should we just call it a day? I think, yeah, we've done well. All right, Benny Rain,
Ear to
thank
the
you to
ground.
all of you for finding the time to be part of the show, this particular edition of the show. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Benny Rain. Thank you, Musa. Thank you, Vic. And thank you, the Blue Tiff Game. Thank you to Bobby, who's on the panel, and DJ Sub, my bro. Thank you, JC. Thank you, CFC Pudding. Who else? Thank you, Mr. Tasha there. Anybody else? And if I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. And thank you to my bro Vic, who just came back in. If I missed your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Peace, everyone.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, 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 la 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 la, la 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 la, oh, oh. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day.